Flava FM, Coppola's most loved radio station. Good evening to you, and welcome to the Flava FM Football Show. 18:53 is the time on your favorite radio station, and I know for many, your favorite show. It is the Flava FM Football Show. We're talking nothing but football, nothing but bola, the world's favorite for the next 90 minutes plus extra time and penalties. Today, Chesha. Pastor Chris, today we're going into penalties. Good evening. How are you today?
I'm good, Vapias. I'm good. It's good to see you. It's good to see the other man here. And what a weekend. What a week. And yes. It's football flavor. Nothing better than football flavor. We're all geared up, and it's good to the viewers and listeners stay glued on.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's been a big football weekend. Congratulations to Senegal for winning the AFCON. Alderman, they deserved it.
They did. They deserved it. They started on a slow note, but kept improving each game.
Yeah.
What a result they got. I think they deserved it.
They did. Yes.
Congratulations to Power Dynamos. They're in the top 4 for the
first time in 10 years.
All right. I know Pius.
I'm jealous.
I'm jealous.
Pius is very happy.
Pius, you are ascending, you are improving, and Might and Free Wonders has improved. So we are on par, same level.
You guys are just
last
pretending.
Week that I was seeing Power playing the
Continental.
Yes.
This season. They've stopped losing. Although they are drawing, at least they are going.
Panono.
And panono mpaka tukashiteshani. Tukafike.
And what happened to and our team, Kana Red Devils, Kana Football Club.
I though come and talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
But I believe that was a psychological loss, that one.
I think games.
Yes. No one can even say, "Oh, Juju, what shani?" It's psychological. They were beaten by those boys, and you know what? Something just happens sometimes when you've beaten a side before,
and you become
rejuvenated. So it's more like just a bogey team,
and 6 points from a big team. Well.
Yeah, that is huge. That is huge.
Yeah.
Yes, because we'll count Nkana as one of those teams which is up there, at least a contender for top 4.
It is.
Maybe even winning the league.
They're still in it.
It's possible if they can be consistent. Messages. This one says, big up to my team Power for beating BuildCon. Our noising Kana beaten by the coach Chambeshi. Yellow fan GS Bulazi. This one says, okay, no, it's not a football message. Let's go to the next one. Evening, Mr. Mambo, the football gurus. Vapias, watching Senegal play highlights. How far has Zambia fallen in terms of talent, from goalkeeping, defense, midfield, up to the top of the team is intact? An expatriate coach is not a solution to our fallen soccer standards, but the talents we have at the moment, honestly, it's not just good enough. Nash Kawuya, Ndeke Changa. I know that's the one topic.
Yeah, we shall talk about that. I agree with Nash.
We shall definitely touch because is there just a gulf in class, or we don't have enough talented players or developed players? There are all these factors we'll come and look at. How far have we fallen from the where we are supposed to be? Bola Nizigole, answer Bola Ivava. And who doesn't beat Chambishi home and away? Very simple. It's in Kana FC, the famous Mambwe and Waoda Mantembo. I'm Evans Dynamo at Kafubu Depot.
Evans, we have already congratulated you. I don't know why.
Good evening, Flava FM, best soccer analysts in Zambia. I want to say about the game between Red Arrows and Konkola Blades. Konkola Blades started defending, and the delayment so early they were just supposed to play an open game, and after the game they finished, they went to protest the referee, but the referee was just right, because that was a penalty. The Konkola Blades are to blame for drawing that game, not the referee. Ali Nyerenda, Lusaka, Zegamambo, and Man United for life. I watched that game.
I did.
If you have seen a team which is striving for the championship dodge a bullet,
Yes.
that was the day. The way Red Arrows dodged the bullet. The bullet of losing.
I like that.
Yeah.
All over.
But
I could not believe it, because me, I said, it's done.
no, but I mentioned
they are
it,
losing
no,
this one.
I think two previous
And
edition
last
I
minute,
mentioned
sure.
that arrows have to be very careful.
No, they were also to blame. They had won that game in advance. Anyway, we shall talk about it.
Evening, gents. Too bad the Chambishi has collected 6 points from my team in Ghana. We will bounce back as always. Good luck to our next game. Hector from Chamboli. Then this one says, good evening, panel. Okay, it's a long one. Let me pump myself and read. Good evening, panel. Last week I sent a message as I was coming from Lusaka asking for the frequency. We usually do announce it is 87.7 on the Copper Belt, 96.9 in Lusaka, 92.1 in Solwezi, and we are also live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Just look for Flava FM there. And those who have downloaded the Flava FM app on their phone or their tablet, today you can watch for the first time live using the Flava FM app. Let me say that again. You can download the Flava FM app on your phone and you can watch live. Today we're carrying out the show live using the app. I asked about Green Buffaloes and versus Kitwe United case, where Kitwe United failed to travel to Kafue for the match, and Young Green Eagles team were warming up ready for the game. You remember that, older man? Eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I give them the answer?
Let me just finish the message.
Okay.
Other information said that Kitwe United wrote to FAS seeking the permission due to the COVID-19 cases, but this week the table is showing that the Young Green Eagles won the game via walkover. Now my question is, and I also picked that as well. My question is, number one, was it a fault of FAS or Kitwe United or Young Green Eagles? Why am I asking? How come FAS awarded Young Green Eagles the points if Kitwe United wrote to them? Why didn't Young Green Eagles why didn't Young Green Eagles were waiting for Kitwe United if Kitwe United and FAS had communicated? Yes, I think he's saying if why were they waiting if FAS
Had communicated.
and Kitwe United had communicated? Then last part of the question, how come the points were awarded to Young Green Eagles and no circular was released to the public, and also Kitwe United is quiet? Does it mean that Kitwe United officials are not serious or what? Alderman, you can come in.
Yes, this week actually, FAS communicated to Quito United. This was a disciplinary case. It has been pending. The FAS awarded 3 points and 3 new scoreline to Young Green Eagles. They said that Quito United sent the notification late. So I think we just have to move on. The points have been given to Young Green Eagles. I saw the communication myself, and that's what has happened. And I don't think Quito United has challenged that decision. But it's up to them. But so far, I don't think they have challenged the decision.
All right. How are you, wise men? Vusha chimwemwe abakwisa. Elo bankana vapose kwa mano sana. Emano from Luangwa. Okay, I've got many messages
You have
today.
many.
This one says, good evening, wise men. What a bad weekend for the red teams. Viva to Senegal. Mr. Mambo and Flava football family has now grown in Zambia. Therefore, I'm applying to Flava FM management to introduce a football fan club, which will bring about young analysts to take up the mentorship, because one day you guys won't be there. But this wonderful show should continue from Louis Bwalia from Buchi. No, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. We'll throw it. We'll throw it to management, and it can be done. Good evening. Where is Jack Chileshe, Peter Kaomba, William Chinse, nickname 16 Vavu from Katongo, and Abakare Kulwansha Baruba. Then other messages. Pastor Ziva Mtondo. I say this. Most women. No. It's not for this show. Kana, make sure that you beat Indeni. This one will be a nice one this weekend. Bantu nkumala shani nakamba now this is Nyanja ukulanda landa. Go guys, I love you. This is Bob Singer from Wuzaland. Okay, good evening panel. I'm greeting all the Zesco and Manchester United fans. Although this season my team Zesco and Manchester has not been so impressive, but we're trying, because United Likuru, born United, always United. Watch out next season. Congratulations to Senegal for becoming champions of Africa. Lucas Pakalulushi, Mr. Tembo, still waiting for my Zega jersey. But Tembo, I hope you're writing down these things. Good evening, and how are you? Congrats to Senegal, and a lesson to learn. Their coach has been there for 8 years. Hope Zambia will do the same, firing the coach for losing Kosafa Shua. Tembo, if you throw a throwing and it goes straight into the net without touching any player and a goalkeeper, can we count it as a goal?
No. Straight no.
No? Straight no? You come and... Can you explain 20 seconds?
It's a law.
It's a law.
Yeah.
It's the rule of the game. It has to
be touched. Yeah, it has to be touched by another player.
Evening panel. Aba read Vasuma twice by Stubborn Chambeshi. Have they become a toothless bulldog? Other man, can you sing Vamusuma Kuba read so? Okay.
Oh my.
Hello. Congrats, Senegal. What a remarkable achievement for Cisse. He struggled to win as a player, but finally winning the AFCON as a head coach. John from Solwezi. Then this one says, but tembo mwabombeni bonse uko vankana likulurelo tupose kwa mano. This is Kennedy M. Kubale from Ndola Pamozi Overspill Nkana for life. Thank you, Kennedy. Evening. Zambia Super League statistics. After 23 games, 379 goals have been scored out of 23 games played. How teams, home teams rather, have won 38%. Away teams have won 27%, while 35% have been draws. Out of 23 games, 58% of the matches had 2 goals or more. 27 had 3 or more goals, and 10% had 4 or more goals. 40% of the games had both teams scoring. Stats nerd from Woodlands. Thank you, stats.
That's good.
I didn't have those statistics at all. Mr. P, please check and test all the mics, especially the one of Mr. Tembo used last week, it was low, plus his voice intonation. I don't want to miss his fire analysis. This is Monday. Mr. Tembo, are you okay today on your microphone?
Very much okay.
Very much okay. Maybe last week
Just
you
have
were,
to make
maybe
your-
you were low because you were scared of Chambeshi coming. You were scared in advance.
I hope I'm okay tonight.
No, you sound very okay.
All right.
Pass.
Yes.
Don't confuse Mr. Tembo or Elderman Tembo for being in Kana. Is Chilata. I mean, is he Butch?
Is Bucci.
His blood is very Butch.
Papayas.
Is that a consultant?
Is
Papayas,
that-
I'm an elderman.
So he
You know,
floats.
I'm a father of all the teams.
He
Uh-huh.
floats.
You know, that's why
But his blood is Butch.
this week we shall be at Changa Rangers. Last week we were at Vira Wanderers. That's what it means.
Okay. We are in the top 4. We are in the top 4. We played well first half against Buildcon, but second half I was not impressed. Nkana Mon alone. I don't care. All about what I care about is power Dynamos are in the top 4 from one gift known as Abayelo, Abaloelela, Ababola, Kawama Kitwe. In fact, Arthur, we haven't greeted you. Good evening, Arthur.
I'm jealous.
How are you today?
Super blessed, man. A little tired. I've been, I was cruising, just rushing to the studio.
Yes.
Um,
Let me see. What's next? Good evening, Vapias. Talida Monica Jezi, Riaba Zesco, from Moses Lumbala in Muflira, Zega for life. Now it's me to write it down. Good
Write
evening.
down that, you know.
Good evening.
At some point,
Flav.
we just have to honor.
Yes. Good evening. Anyway, we're making a plan somewhere behind the scenes. We'll see whether there's something happening. Good evening, Flava. Please explain the quota system. If a team has 5 foreign footballers and they want to bring in 2 new foreigners, will they be allowed to send 2 foreigners on loan to accommodate the new players? Because it will be expensive to terminate their contracts. Secondly, please advise FAS to tell SuperSport that they should give special trophies written man of the match to display in their cabinets instead of giving out decoders. On that one,
You end up with 10 decoders if you're.
Like that Might and Freya Wonders boy, he's got 4 decoders.
And then what, Pass?
now, Alderman, on that one, it's very simple. You can't sign. You can't even send them out on loan if
How
you
do
want
you
to get
do that?
another 2, because you still end up having 7 on your books.
That's why
Isn't
Pass,
it?
when you're
Yeah.
signing on professionals or foreign players, they must be of quality from the beginning. What should you buy substandard?
Violating the
Yeah.
law by trying to loan those 2, it won't help.
Yeah,
The law is 5.
5.
So that can't work.
Exactly. All right. Let me just read a few more. Evening to you all, great wise men. Please, our alderman and the wise men, tell the FAS that they should come up with a rule or system of checking of all the playing grounds of the teams promoted in the Premier League and other teams in our MTN League. Because some of the teams are playing in the playing ground. Vapias, our team is one of the top 10 leagues in Africa. Sorry, our league is one of the top 10 leagues in Africa. But if you look at the standards of the stadiums and their playing grounds, Musevanya, weka fi.
You see, I've even listed for you.
Vadisi Pabuzaland, Nkana and Arsenal for life. The exercise does take place, isn't it, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Before the league
stadium inspection
kicks
Yeah.
off. Yeah,
It does.
It does take place.
We are going to talk about that. It's special. Yeah, we are definitely going to address that one.
So many messages. Good evening, panel. It's a Wednesday, and we are back with another. I'm trying to get this word. Okay, we are back with football. We don't sleep without football news. It's me, Adams in Osakile. Just want to know why the referees are doing this to football. They're destroying the football. To much hope their change. My greetings goes to all Nkana and Manu fans. Thank you, as a Manu fan, and we're famous, aka Vankana. I must say, gentlemen, watching the AFCON, the refereeing, a few games, especially in the beginning of the tournament, was a bit suspect here, there, decisions, red cards, that kind of thing. But towards the end,
they corrected it.
Yes, and you could see
It improved,
the
yes.
best referees.
Victor Gomez is a very good referee. Even in
From
South Africa, he
the
performs.
final, the semi-finals, those were Papa Gassama. Papa Gassama.
Oh, yeah. Papa Gassama.
There was a statistic which I saw, I think it was on Twitter. He did not get a single decision wrong, which had to be reviewed.
Yeah.
You know,
Didn't go for
that's
it.
my favorite referee, that
Didn't
one.
go- they didn't need
Papa
to-
Gassama.
Yeah.
He's a
good.
serious,
He's a serious
referee. Mr. Mambwe va Arthur Batembo va Chris, I am evaluating a gentleman. Where is Danny? Is he in the diaspora? Who can help me with a jersey Fonkana away from that? Even though Red Arrows lost, Red Arrows have a good team. Lastly, where is Bruce Musakanya? I am wavered P. Sangwapo in Solwezi. Danny is somewhere in the diaspora. He's busy doing some work somewhere, so he's unavailable. This is Nkomesha Zega Madrid. Evening, the man behind the microphone, and my worry is about Coach Momamba Zesco. Coach, this man is giving us headaches the way he is handling our team. Zesco has got everything, players and financial backing. Why is the management so mute about this coach? This man is trying to pull the team out of the top four. Please, management, give this guy 3 games or failure. Or failure to that. Put him on care and maintenance. Because we still found ourselves in the position of number 10. Fire this guy. He is killing football at our club. Mark my words. Zesco supporter, Nkomesha Zesco, Zega Madrid supporter, Mackenzie in Ndola. Thank you, Mackenzie. Good evening, wise men. I'm enjoying the show. Congrats to Zesco for winning the AFCON. We Zambian fans are comparing that Aliou Cisse, who has been the national team for 8 years. But we Zambian fans don't exercise patience, especially on local coaches. To only 2 games, we start calling for sacking of the coach. So, Kaya, what we want? This is Patson, Kuchpata Compound, Manu for life. I mean, Patson, I'm with you. We are so impatient. I think ever since we won the AFCON, since the graph dropped, we've become even more impatient. If we hadn't won it, maybe we would have been a little bit more tolerant. But the thing is, expectation now is high. We have tested what it means to play in AFCONs and win AFCONs. Can you tell which team? Can you tell me which team has been drawn with Zambia in the 2023 AFCON qualifiers? I'm Frank Daka, KTK, Liverpool, and Nkana. We will sort that mess out.
Sure,
There were some rumors. Don't believe the rumors. Good evening, the panelists. Congrats to the baby born with teeth. Power Dynamos for beating BuildCon. Yellow family together. We say go power go. Vanebat Shani Apo. Roy De Soja Chilikima from Kasumbalesa. Thank you, Roy. The stadium for Chambeshi was not good. My excuse now. What about other teams which are going there and hammering Chambeshi there? Was not good, but they were whitewashed at home and away. Vankana FC, Kuwaya. Good evening, Po. I think we as Zambians, we should lobby from Senegal. The coach, how long has he been there? 8 years. And they are now champions of Africa today. Though we'll come and talk about it, but I would say winning or going to do well at the AFCON it's a cocktail. Apart from the coach, other things also have to be equal.
So many things.
Yes, exactly. Because we can't just say at Senegal won because of the coach. Look at the squad. The coach didn't make that squad. He picked the squad. But the players, he didn't develop each one of them. They were developed elsewhere.
Yeah.
Good evening, panelists. I would like to find out, Kuliba Tembo, if at all the draws for 2023 AFCON are out. And congrats to Senegal for making it. I'm Shambea Joseph, honorable, without a constituency within Kitwe Racecourse Township. Work well all. Short answer, Batembo.
No, we have a write-up. We are going to, like you explained.
Yes, okay. We'll come and touch it.
So you are honorable, even if you don't have a constituency. Don't worry, you are honorable.
Good evening, football gurus. I want to pass my greetings to all Power Dynamos and all Manchester United fans. This is in Kunda from Racecourse. Thank you. Today, Racecourse is on fire. I've read a few messages from Racecourse. Good evening, panel. It's a big lesson to the African countries. The way Senegal have mountains with the same coach or maintained the same coach for 8 years. Where is Danny? Danny is somewhere. He's busy working. Evening, gentlemen. Nkana for life. Our red. Lose or win. I'm Martha Kalinda Chichi from Chamboli. Good evening, Flava family. Hard luck to my team, Nkana, who lost to Chambeshi. This one says, first team in Zambia, Nchanga Rangers, Roan United, Ndola United, Broken Hill Warriors, Rokana United, Bancroft North, and Muflira Wanderers, Nchanga Sport, Muflira Ndola Football Club, Lusaka Queens Park City, as Queen's Park, the city of Lusaka. This first team only, Mr. Tembo knew. These were the odd names.
These were odd
names. Good evening, panel.
He's not talking about Bancroft Bridge.
Good evening, panel. What is happening to both Zanaco and Manchester United? Kutoma Obed Twatasha in Kitwe. Okay, almost about to go off. Okay, I've tried. I've tried. Okay, there's still a number of messages. What I'll do, I'll come back to these messages. Good evening, panel. Please, can you tell us if Sikazwe Jani is going to officiate again in any national matches, or is he banned forever? And again, Zambian football management should learn from the mighty Senegal, keeping one coach until declared it unsuccessful than unnecessary changing of coaches. Anyhow, patience pays va Zambia. This is Ilunga Francis from Solwezi, Chelsea, and KDF supporter. Evening, soccer analyst. Update me on the World Club tournament. How many teams are there? I'm Chilufia Sanga, aka Chelsea, per St. Anthony. Okay, congratulations to my team, Power Dynamos and Barcelona FC, for making it in the top 4. I'm Richard in Kawama today. I'm wearing Barcelona. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, or watching on the Flava FM app, I decided to wear Barcelona because for me it was the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Barcelona Atletico Madrid.
Atletico
What a
Madrid.
game that was. I'm just celebrating the comeback of Barcelona. Ninevo Victor Tsanga Kuchamboli. I'm wishing my team Power 90 the best. Top 4 Yenu Yesu Mangu Chibeshani. Okay. Then this one says, evening, Mr. Tembo. I'm Festus from Mindolo, KTK. I'm a Power Dynamos fan. Aba Yellow, Aba Busaka, Aba Bola, Eba Bako, Power 90. But Tembo, tell Nkana fans, no Bazo, no win. Where is going on? Okay.
What's going on?
I think, yeah, it's supposed to be what's going on. It's supposed to be what's going on. Okay. Okay, notwithstanding edgy prowess, it was foreseeable that Senegal would carry the day. On most valuable player, it should have been Abubakar. In an ordinary case of things, on edition itself, it should have been a showpiece which has left, it's a showpiece which has left an indelible impression on my memory. However, I pity Ivory Coast. It will be the next host in 18 months' time. This is GCY in Lusaka. And GCY, I agree with you on one thing. I believe, even though Abubakar got, what do you call it, the top scorer, the golden boot for AFCON, for me, he had a better tournament than Mane. I think for me, best player should have been Vincent Abubakar.
What did he win?
We shall talk
Pardon?
about
He
it.
didn't get the
He didn't win the cup, but
Yeah,
the difference between
Man.
Mane and Abubakar is just Mane played the final, but the best player. But they played same number of games. Even Cameroon came third.
Got a bronze or a copper medal.
And they scored more goals.
So you're saying for
And he performed.
scoring the final penalty, it came.
That's the ultimate pass. Because look at Ronaldo, that push the penalty number in there.
Uh-huh.
That penalty would have been missed.
Now, but still, Vincent Abubakar did a lot
No,
more.
but
8 goals.
Let's do
Arthur.
justice
the
when we
best-
come to it. Me,
Okay,
I don't want to come
Pass.
Arthur,
If you look at the
we'll come
benchmarks,
to it.
the benchmarks are winning a gold medal.
We shall
It's
come
another
to it.
advantage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Is there a rule? Okay, we'll come to it to
Yeah.
ask it. Is there a rule that the best player the best player of the tournament should come from the winning team?
simple.
We'll
It's another
have to
advantage.
review. I think there's no hard and fast rule. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this one's not okay. Let me just read 2 more just to ease up.
Even 4.
Good evening, football gurus. First, I would like to pass my sincere condolences to the Mapulanga family and my fellow Nkana faithfuls for the loss of Moses Mapulanga. In fact, yes, we recognize, may his soul rest in eternal peace. Allah were pious. We were walloped by Chambeshi in a waterlogged pitch, and on the other hand, being humiliated by Middlesbrough and a disappointing 1-0 draw. However, pious, I don't know if we are improving or we are going backwards. And last, pious, you promised me that you will talk about the delay from the disciplinary committee from FAS and the Greenwood issue. Yes, we talked about the Greenwood issue last week. Congratulations to Senegal and welcome to the big boys. I'm waiting for my jersey. This is Santos. Santos, good evening. How are you today? Well done, Chambeshi FC. No chance for Hollywood tricks. Lastly, we need to learn something from Senegal and how to manage a coach. This is Alex Hamwanta, Zamtan, Yellow Family. Hello, hi panelists. This is Triple A from Rich. I think it's supposed to be Riverside. I'm glad my team Avena Milambo has improved. Then let me just clear these 3. We wish you and Zanako all the best Don't travel like cowards. Instead, travel like brave cowards.
Wow.
Genesis Elias from Riverside.
Cowards indeed.
Sungu.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Where is that car? Oh, there were two more here. Evening, Soccer Gurus. It's Wednesday. I don't miss this show. May God bless you all. Mr. Chivolia Davidson from Solwezi Nkana FC, Abba Red for life. Okay. Good evening, soccer legends. Are the draws for the AFCON taking place next year been made? This is Kingsley Wembia from Luangwa. Older man Patrick Tembo, I know you've got results for the lower leagues, different provinces. Let me start with you. You can kick us off. Okay, I've tried, Mwanti. I've read about 75
Yeah,
messages.
it's their show. That's good.
Yes, it's
that's
not. Yes, it's not our show. It's their show. Other man, I hand over to you to just tell us what happened.
The results for 3 provinces. Let's start with where we are. First, Copper Belt Province Division 1, Week 19. It was Chingola Police Blue Stars 1, Kalush Modern Stars 0, Mutondo Stars 1, Ndola United 1, Neokath 0, Ron United 0, Young Power Dynamos 2, Luambe Community 1, Young Changa Rangers 1, Chingola Leopards 2, Copper Belt Buffaloes 1, Rainbow Rangers 0, Konkola Mine Police 3, Mfrila United 0, Luansha United 0, Zambezi Portland Cement 0, Mfrila Blackpool 2, Young Kana 0. We move on to Central Province. It was Prism 1, Children Centuries 1, Fringilla 0, Aquila Stars 1, Zesco Kawe 1, Kawe Rangers 2, Kawe Youth versus Zesco. The game was not played. Young Warriors 0, Mines United 2, Mumba Medics 1, Young Raiders 1, Young Leopards 1, Mumba Skills 0, Mumba United 0, Tazara Express 0, Pubs 2, Nangoma 3. Finally, I have the results for Eastern Province. Nyimba United 1, Katete Rangers 0, Chadiza United 0, Panza 1, Smiling Kids 1, Young Kwazi 0, Imenda Golden Stars 2, Nyampande Kumawa 1, Prison Leopards 0, Chipata City Council 0, Petauke United 0, Zesco Chipata 0, Sinda United 0, Rium Pezeni 0, Katete United versus Malambo United postponed, and Lundazi United versus St. Francis postponed. Those are the results I had.
All right. So I think so we can go straight into Eden University.
Yes, please.
Results. But Chris, do you have them near you?
Yeah.
I think you can go ahead.
All right. Police at porridge. Thinking of cereal porridge early. Wow, that's a nice one. Police College 0, Kaisa 2, Jumulo 3, Quattro Kalumbila 0, City of Beba, City of Lusaka 1, Zesco Malaiti 0. Rangers. Have I got against Wapula Green Eagles? Rangers 1, Wapula Green Eagles 0. That's what I've got here. Which Rangers is this?
Which Rangers is that?
It says Goms.
Yeah, it's actually Goms.
It's Goms, actually. It's Goms. Lumwana Regents 2, Nchanga Rangers 0. Quito United 1, Trident 0. Mighty Mufulira Wanderers 2, Livingston, tough Livingston Council Pirates
You had to
Tough Livingston Council Pirates.
You had to put Kamaite
Okay,
there.
Mike again.
No,
Give
Maite.
us that result again.
Well, I give you again.
Magnificent.
Not magnificent.
Magnificent Maite.
No. Maite Mufle Wanderers. Aba Mabula. 2. Tough Livingston Pirates 0. Napsa Stars 1. Young Buffaloes 2. Young Green Eagles 1. Musa 2.
All right. As we look at as we analyze the results quickly, Young Green Eagles 1, FC Musa 2. Arthur.
I mean, that's declaration of intent.
Musa
Musa
is moving.
Musa for me, especially if you analyze their away games bias, they are picking points away from home.
Masaso.
Yeah, Masaso seems to be doing very well in that division. We hope when he comes.
So all the doubters on Masao, so now they are beginning to get their eyes open.
No, pass.
In fact, he was one of them. He mustn't even run away from that.
I'm still doubting him.
He's always doubted him.
Yeah, I'm still doubting him. You know, Masao may be a good coach, but he was not tested. Sometimes you need to be tested.
It's true.
Yeah, and that is what he's going through right now.
Yeah.
So if he can
lower
ranks,
lower
if
ranks.
he can hold on and move with
Prove
them into the
himself.
Premiership, he'll prove himself. He must also had never had a coaching job before. Then you give him Power Dynamos. There's a lot of pressure there, plus basic quality of players. I mean, standards players.
It was slim.
It was slim. So you needed an experienced and exposed coach to actually come back to Power and handle the same team. So at the end of the day, I still stand my ground. He still needs to be exposed, and he's doing exactly that. So he's going to be a different coach in the next after 2 years pass. He's going to be a different coach. Right now, he's being polished. So let's give him support, and the same guys that have employed him, let him continue supporting him. And you never know. Another what's this guy's name from Power Dynamos? We may have another revelation. Another Mwenye in the making.
I'll tell you, Arthur, I've seen Musa play, and what Masaso is doing there, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The
and
time
just a drive pass.
The time they
his
played,
move is on the bench, the commitment, the drive,
the passion.
Yeah, passion. You can tell this guy means what is. He really means well for the team. So we wish him well.
Yes, and looking at other key results. Talking about NAPSA as well, Alderman. NAPSA 1, Young Green Buffaloes 2, stumbling NAPSA.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. NAPSA must not think that they've already
qualified.
You know, it doesn't work like that. They are overconfident, and they may be disappointed at the end of the day, because there are so many teams who want those 4 slots.
Yeah.
And it will be decided on the last day. We had warned that some teams had started slowly and were coming up. Teams like Nchanga Rangers, Flava Wanderers, those are the teams. There are new teams like Jumulo, who are also asking a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Young Green Eagles had not started well. They've stabilized. So if you sit in there and think that a name will save you, it doesn't work like that. I can see NAPSA still still dropping points, because what's the use of bringing tired legs? Or you bring the former Ghana
captain.
I'm getting the sense, the way the table is panning out, that entertainment value, Eden is proving to be more entertaining than the Super League.
It's more entertaining. It's more entertaining.
Because where you can have 10 teams vying for top 4.
Even just the passion of.
If you look at that, it will be more. It's more than 10 teams.
10 teams.
Yes, it's about 12.
Even just the passion of the fans.
If you look at the top, there's no runaway leader there.
Nothing
anymore.
You know, there's no runaway leader.
Focus 43 to
gone up by. Lumana. Just gone up by only 3 points.
Yeah.
So it just shows how competitive
it's 4 games. 3 games in between.
It's good that is panning out to be like that.
Yeah. All right. And Quito United dealing with Trident. Chris, 1-0.
1-0. I didn't watch that. I just heard that Kitwe had to work for their money because they gave them a good run for that match.
Yeah.
They had really had to work hard. And in spite of Kitwe having its issues, Kitwe is a good side. They are a good side. They've lost maybe 2-3 players, but believe you me, they are a good side. And I've always kept a slot for Kitwe United because they are like Lumwana, they are matured, and you know they're exposed. They're a stable team, but like Alderman has actually said, with 9-8 teams vying for that top slot, it's going to be tricky. It's very competitive, very competitive.
This was the first game for the new coach.
Yes.
Jembe. What a start for him.
Yeah.
Started with him.
Very good start. Arthur, it was you who predicted correctly about Nchanga Rangers going to possibly drop points in Lumwana.
Arthur
I
was
remember you.
spot on.
You on that one. You said you don't trust them going to Lumwana, and it's likely they will drop points in this fixture, and it happened.
And 2-0 pass is a bad result. If you're in contention for the top 4 positions, at least go there and lose 1-0. We know it was competitive. But if you lose 2-0, meaning you're never anywhere close to actually winning the game.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, Arthur. You know, you need to show some character, even if you're away. You need to show some character. This time, you need to show that you really want to get promotion.
2-1 pass, 1-0.
Put up a fight.
Yeah.
You can't just be...
2-0 is a convincing
Win.
No.
Yeah. All right. And Alderman Gomes, their form still continues. They have, out of the last 6 games, won 4, drawn 2.
Yeah, unfortunately,
From the first half, from the second half of the season, they've picked up form.
A bit late.
Yes.
They were inconsistent.
And now they're in contention for that 4th slot.
Now they are in contention, and it will make it more exciting.
Yes.
That's why the likes of...
And you can see now, they've now, number 12 and number 13 have a gap of 7 points.
Yes.
That's where the gap is. But now there are ones going from number 12 going up. For top 4, the gap is 4 points.
That's exactly what it is. Maybe photo finish.
So beating
To decide who is going,
Luapula,
we
Green
may
Eagle.
use big calculators.
We will have a photo finish this season.
Photo finish.
The photo
Yeah, into
finish,
the photo
and we have
finish.
to use
And the problem with photo
very
finish,
big calculators to look at goal difference and so on.
yes,
It's tricky. It's getting...
we have to use
exciting.
scientific calculators.
Yeah, because Gomes have also showed some declaration of intent. They are a bit consistent, more especially with the beginning of the second round. They have a lot of experienced players in their ranks.
Especially
Yes.
that boy
Who
Jonathan,
are
that
just
number
coming to the
10.
party. So it
That
depends
boy
on
is
who
good.
wants it more.
City of Lusaka 1, Zesco Malaiti 0. Chris,
We did predict, and we knew that okay, City will bag the 3 points at home, and well, we did predict City would actually get the 3 points.
City have not lost in 4, 2 wins, 2 draws.
Yeah, with a new coach, isn't it?
Yes, but well, it's one of those sides which has not convinced me.
They also they haven't really convinced me.
Not really convinced me. I don't think they will put up a fight for a
The
slot.
top.
I very much doubt. Let's
Let's wait and see.
watch.
Let's wait and see. With Albert there, things can turn. Albert can turn things around.
Yeah.
And Arthur, Jumulo definitely taking advantage of Quattro Kalumbila. 3-0.
Yeah, Jumulo also seems to be a baby
And creeping into top
born,
4.
born with teeth. Because after the loss of the 2 players to Concola Blaze, they were
3
very...
actually.
Yeah, 3 actually. They were actually very worried and going forward. But the people who have replaced them have done them really good. They're actually still picking up points, meaning the intention is really strong. Huh?
Oh yeah.
The signal is very, very strong.
Oh yeah.
Very strong pass. So I see Jumulo may actually be a surprise team into the Premiership. Because so far, pass, even after losing your key players, you're still beating people. Meaning, naturally, they're just a good side.
Yeah, but they've brought in very swift striker.
Number 9.
Most that boy
From the number 9. Yeah.
yeah,
That boy.
replaced them. Jumulo should count themselves. We are very, very proud of that team because if you look at the top
I
four,
would say so as well, because they came from the provincial league and they are competing rather for the top.
Even when they've lost, even when they've lost six, even when they've lost 6 players
that have played in the Super League before,
Yes.
with a massive experience. You know, so where they are, at least to me, Jomolo, whatever result will happen at the end of the league,
they've done
they
well.
have
Them,
already
yes.
won.
Yeah, we can
However,
stand
I
on-
think the good thing about it is that kudos should go to the president, the chairperson, because I think it's not easy when you're a one-man show.
It's very committed.
It's very committed. We always see him, and this Sunday he was actually there when we were watching it with Vardaman and Badani, and we
No,
saw.
but he also has very good leadership skills.
Yeah,
He
you
has
could
brought
see
in others, who are also
others
committed.
exactly.
Look at
But I'm just
Ben,
saying that
look
he's
at
the main man.
secretariat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could actually see they lose 6. He was, I remember he was talking about they've lost about something like 6 players, but immediately they replaced them, and you saw how they displayed.
The quality of replacement.
Exactly.
Critical. And, it's done
And
well.
those are the projects that we should be supporting.
Exactly.
Because that's raw talent. He's already made contribution. Look at Rick Banda.
Mm-hmm.
The boy banging in goes for Red Arrows.
Red Arrows
I remember where he's on loan
from Jumulo. Even
There are two others.
even 2 others, even the ones at Konkola. So out of all those 6, most of them are playing in the
That's
Premier
already a
League.
contribution,
Yeah.
you know, which I think so.
All right, and Police College, other man, as you said, everybody beats Police College except NAPSA.
I mean, why can't the ID
Neo and
read the
Kaiser
right
too.
act to that team? I mean, they're embarrassing the police service.
Telling you.
Uh-huh.
You can't, I mean, be getting such results week in, week out.
But they're better off than Mfra Blackpool ended up
They're
the
supposed
season
to
without.
behave like a public relations unit for the police service. They're supposed to
You must be allowed
At
to-
yes, public
Maybe they
relations.
must be allowed to be wearing
I like that.
I think for a police gear pa kuti ya.
I mean, it just can't be like that. You know.
And last result, Chris, Muflira Wanderers, Livingston beat Livingston Pirates 2-0.
But Paz, it's not fair.
Yes.
Why should you let Chris analyze it? That's bad.
No, it's just so happened.
It's
No,
just
This
happened.
Such
I'm-
coincidences
I'm-
here.
No.
There's corruption here.
Anyway, maybe I'm the right person to be asked because I analyzed it.
Analyze it, Valdaman.
Yeah, okay.
No, don't
His blood is green, Pius.
What
Don't worry.
do you mean my blood
No,
is
let me see
green?
Even your eyes are green.
Let me give Valdaman
We
first.
covered this game. If Mfrilo Wanderers don't get one of the slots to the Super League, the undoing will be the final third. In this game, Mfrilo Wanderers should have beaten the visitors by not less than 5-0, and I'm not exaggerating.
We saw it. Cricket score.
5-0. But they were in a hurry. I don't know if they are trying to, maybe their coach told them, come on, guys, let's get many goals because goal difference,
Has been
come
bad.
in. So they were so much in a hurry, Papias.
But they played
Where
well.
he's supposed to give a friend who is in
A better position.
He shoots clear-cut chances. And if you do like that, you end up paying a price at the end. That game should have been Frida Wanderers 5, Livingston Pirates 0.
I just
They
want.
missed a lot of chances.
Ah.
They're getting better. They're defending well, very creative in the midfield, but they have to improve their final third. And also, they get a bit timid when they travel. That's a problem also with Frida Wanderers. Watch them at Shinde, and then watch them away. You won't be sure you're watching the same team.
Yeah, but
They need to instill in that team the mentality to fight. You know,
which is
they
true.
need a fighting mentality. They need a psychologist to tell them that, boys, we can do it. Come on, let's fight. You don't see that when Frida Wanderers are playing away. They become timid. They respect the
team so
host
much.
So much. Yeah, so they will just have to work hard.
But Chris,
Yeah.
is this a true resurgence or a fake one?
It is a true resurgence.
3 wins in a row?
Yeah, fair play. I'll tell you, without fear, without favor, I'll tell you what. They went to Kaiser.
Or
picked up,
can I add another statistic?
Yeah.
Just to add salt to the wound. The two most informed teams in the country, by my analysis, the last 6 matches are Red Arrows, who have won 5 out of their last 6 and drawing the other, and Muflera Wanderers, who have won 5 out of 6 and drawing the other. They are the two most informed teams.
No
This
doubt.
form, is it a coincidence of some sort that the fixtures are not so challenging, or it's something real, which is you feel can bear proper fruits?
It's not coincidental. I'll tell you by Pius why it's not coincidental. Because I've seen where Mighty Frienders were, and I've seen the team that he has assembled. He's got depth at the bench. Just like Paudaman has said, they need to take their time. They're playing very good football. And if you watched that pitch where they were playing on, that's an unplayable pitch. You can't play on that pitch. But they showed character. They showed determination. And if this is the kind of determination and character they can show when they played Kaiser and they went away and they drew. I think in the last away games, they've had a win and a draw. Isn't it? That's where they're coming from. So they're building up slowly. So there's a pattern there that is showing something that's saying, look, even when they're away, they can do it. But like Alderman has said, there's this timid character in them whereby they lose it very easily, even when they want to play. So my advice to them is, have that character of just saying, look, we want it, we're going to be in the Premier Division, and we have to push. So it's all coincidental. They've worked hard. Harrison Temba has worked hard under very difficult circumstances. Alderman can tell you. He's done very well under very difficult circumstances. It's not easy when you're heading Mighty and Wonders. There's so much that comes out from the outside circle. So kudos to Harrison and the boys. And they mustn't think it's going to be a walkover against Nchanga Rangers. We've seen Nchanga Rangers, we've covered Nchanga Rangers. Nchanga Rangers at home are not a side to joke around with. They play good football, believe you me. I know what I'm talking about. So this is a cup final, and this is the one that we're actually saying people need to go and watch. I've already preempted.
You've already preempted, so I might as well give all of you. Nchanga Rangers, Muflera Wanderers.
Before that, I wanted to agree with him. That the results by Muflera Wanderers are not a fluke. Look at the fixtures. They beat Musa 2-0 at home. We also covered that game. And they beat them convincingly. Musa had no answers to that defeat. So, apart from Musa, Kaiser at home also played very well. They may not be doing well, but at home
they are stubborn.
Very stubborn.
You don't pick up points there.
Yeah, so at least they're showing some. Wonders are showing a bit of character, but they must have a fighting mentality.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, more especially
And
when
brave.
they play away.
So Muflera Wanderers and Nchanga Rangers, the cat is already out of the bag.
Exactly.
That is what's coming this weekend. Number 7 versus number 8, both on 31 points, both on same goal difference,
Both fighting for top 4.
both fighting.
What
It's a
time
cup
to
final.
beat.
Both of them 3 points from top 4.
Martha, you have to watch this one. You have to come and watch this one.
Well, that one, Pius. The first round, the teams drew.
Yeah, 1-1.
We also covered that one. The pedigree of the two teams is almost the same. On that day, the team which will utilize the chances is one which will win. In terms of strength, the teams are almost the same.
At par.
We have been watching them week in, week out. They are almost the same, Pius. And does home ground advantage work? Not so much at Nchanga.
Not at
Sometimes
Nchanga.
Nchanga dropped points. Jumolo went there, collected a point, and nearly beat them.
And then he beat them actually in the second half.
So, home ground advantage may not work for Nchanga Rangers. They just have to
Fight.
just have to work hard.
Okay.
So, a draw won't be good
No.
for the teams
For
because
both sides.
they will give
Room.
because if they draw, they will give the chasing pack room to overtake them. Teams now have to take a risk.
3 points.
Don't defend. Risk and score.
And we
Because
will
it's the goals that will take you
Exactly.
forward.
Exactly.
You know.
Being a Changa Rangers supporter, Arthur, what are your thoughts? You've seen your team playing. You predicted they'll probably be beaten by Lumwana. Another away game. What do you see?
Pass. This one is a tough one for both management and everything. They don't have a choice but to win this one. So, sorry, Chris. That's a game you have to give up.
We can't give up that one. I can actually tell you.
Game on, Pass.
We are fighting. Bring it on.
Bring it
fighting
on.
on. Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be quite an interesting weekend. We've got some very enticing fixtures this weekend. Arthur, Trident versus Jumulo.
Trident have become a bit disappointing, Pass. We actually we held them up there, but it's surprising that they're beginning to drop points and they're not that special anymore. You get my point? They're a new revelation,
but still in contention.
No,
2 points
they
off.
are still in contention,
top
but you know they're up against a team which is. It's got teeth, man. But they're biting. Jumulo is biting almost everyone now. And if you whoever travels to Jumulo, whether Jumulo travels to you know it's a tough game.
Expect fight. Yeah.
It's not an easy. Even if you beat Jumulo, it's not an easy loss. So for Trident, I think they've got pressure. Jumulo doesn't have pressure right now. It's a team that they're playing against that are having pressure. So when all is said and done, I see the best result for Trident is probably a draw.
Probably a draw.
Yeah.
Alderman Quattro, is this Komalaiti Rangers versus Kito United?
Well, Kito United will
Another.
be away. Kito United will be away, and they are very good travelers. I think Kito United will win that
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Okay. Quattro Kalumbila versus Lumwana Radiance, a local derby.
Local derby.
But Chris,
Local derbies they go either way, you know. Lumwana have been doing very well, but you see, I saw Quattro Kalumbila. We watched them with Alderman and Danny on Sunday. I don't think they stand a chance against Lumwana. Not at all. Not with that shaky defense. Not with that shaky defense. They don't stand a chance. And I stand to be corrected. Believe you me, Lumwana are fast, and these guys behind are very slow. We watched them. We saw how Kalumbila plays. So they're not a team that you can actually reckon with and say, look, they'll pick up points. And it's just the only advantage they have right now is they didn't travel to Livingston today. Had they traveled to Livingston today to play Council Pirates, they could have had the fatigue and all that and all those excuses. But it's a local derby. Who knows? They might just show up on that day.
Yeah, I doubt. It will be too much.
Because we've seen them.
One really want it, so they won't spare the boys. Yeah, I am not convinced. Yeah. They will need to open up now. Here's a chance, and should they get 6 points,
that's it.
I'm afraid we shall start counting. We shall say, okay, one slot is gone.
One slot is gone.
Yeah.
You know? So Lumwana are seeing this as one of the steps to just make sure that they run away. They run away from the chasing pack. I don't see Quattro Kalumbila.
No, not with that. Not with that team.
You say derby, whatever.
Players rather. Not with those players.
Luapula Green Eagles, City of Lusaka, Arthur.
3 teams.
Yes,
Luapula Green Eagles versus City of
Luapula
Lusaka.
Green Eagles.
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking Luapula. No. City of Lusaka are beginning to find their feet. Luapula Green Eagles have got those crazy moments.
At home.
They
put those crazy moments. They're not a good side, of course, but when they are
Luapula Green Eagles have not won in 6 games.
yeah, they're not a good side. But you know how it is.
But they have not lost for some time now when they are home.
Draws.
But
But
The last two are draws at home. And
yeah,
last two home
for me,
games.
for me, my money is on City of Lusaka. They need to come back to the Premiership. They've got enough support by the association. I mean,
It's a long distance.
And look at the distance they're covering past. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
They just need to pick up those 3 points. They need the 3 points.
Young Green Buffaloes versus Gomes, Alderman.
well, it will be tricky. Both teams are doing well. I see a draw in that game.
You see a draw?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be very interested. If Gomes wins this one, I think it will be a good statement of intent.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
But they are away, isn't it?
They are away.
Yeah.
It'll be good. I think their last 2 away games were draws.
Oh, draws.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Chris, Livingston Pirates versus Police College. I think the game of the weekend.
Voila. Voila. I'll tell you about Pirates. I don't want to be so hard on the policemen, the men in uniform. Look, when you go to, is it Maramba Stadium? You can't. Teams find that place a hard place to actually pick up 3 points. And these guys better be prepared, believe you me. Because Livingston Pirates, Council Pirates, they want to survive. So they need the 3 points. So I'll give the 3 points to Council Pirates because they are the ones who need them most. Because Police College have nothing to show all this time. They're the whipping boys.
Arthur, Kaiser versus Young Green Eagles. Kaiser, good away win.
No, but Kaiser have lost it.
At Police College.
Kaiser has lost it. They have to shock us for them to win that game. It will be shocking, actually. They don't have anything to play for, I feel.
Kaiser are at home.
At home.
No, they are good at home, but trust me, their vision to survive this one is gone. They really have... No, what position are they at?
No one has been demoted yet.
Kaiser, they are number 13.
13.
They're not doing well. If you look at the background that they have and the pedigree and experience that they have, they were exposed into the Premiership. But then they're supposed to be competing just like NAPSA, Lumana.
But don't forget, Arthur, when they were demoted, they lost quite a few players.
No, but they're a team.
Even if they were exposed, they lost most of the core players. And when you lose your
That's
core players,
not an
to
excuse.
start,
Look at Jumulo. Jumulo lost players and they're still competing. So losing players is not an excuse. You must work on replacing them with quality players. Still.
But it also depends on the management.
Yeah, so that's why they're paying the price. They'll continue paying the price.
Two different managements, you know.
They'll continue paying the price. For me, I don't favor them anymore. They don't impress me anymore.
But at home, they had not to
Wish
crack.
them well.
But anyway, they just lost last week. I mean, the other week to Flava Wanderers. So anything.
I don't trust them.
Now let me start with you, Alderman. I'll run through all of you. This is the supposed game of the weekend, where we have FC Muza hosting NAPSA Stars. Being dubbed either you can see mentor versus mentee,
Teacher versus pupil.
teacher versus pupil,
Perry versus Masauso.
Friendship aside.
Perry versus Masauso.
No, well, Musa will be at home. They have been playing very well. They're a complete side. I think it was Chris who was who made that observation there.
Yes.
They are doing very, very well. I don't think they can allow NAPSA to beat them at home. NAPSA,
1 point separating
I'm afraid,
both.
Yes. NAPSA, I think, we are becoming a bit pompous and we are thinking...
I thought they had run away with it.
They had run away with it. We came from Super League. We have more money. We have the winners. We have what. It doesn't work like that. You need to work hard. I saw the way they disrespected the Quito United when they came. You don't do that, Papayas. They must accept that they are in National Division 1 and not in Super League. And they have to fight.
Yes.
That's what they must accept. That game, I'll be surprised if NAPSA will get 3 points.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not even convinced with the fluidity of their game. I see Musa winning that game. Clearly.
That's and well, Chris, what are you? What
I totally agree with the Alderman. Look, Musa are in another level. I've watched Musa. We've watched them. You know, there's that fluidity. They know when to attack. They know when to hold off. So they're just playing very attractive football. And you don't go to Mazabuga and you go and collect 3 points. No. Believe you me, NAPSA have got their own issues. And the fact that they've been dropping points. So there's a story there. Until they fix that story, believe you me, they won't pick up any points. Because they're declining. They're on a decline right now. They're nose diving. They're on a decline. So, and it's not disrespecting Perry, our good friend. No. But I think what we're trying to say here is NAPSA needs to work hard. They need to regroup. They need to show us, that attractive football, it's not there. Even, I mean, you can't, if you really want to be champions, you have to be winning by 3-0, like my colleague said here, Arthur. 3-0, 2-0, and that. But we've seen draw.
By now,
lose.
they should have already run away with it.
They should have run away with it.
They just came.
So it means there's something that is really wrong. Believe you me, something is really wrong that side.
But it's not the coach, huh?
No, it's not the coach. No, it's not the coach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't afford to have him lose
No, it's not the coach.
A lower ranked job.
Arthur, your thoughts?
I see. I mean, Perry has to shock us, all of us, really. I see Musa taking it. I mean, Musa is playing better football, but Masauso Perry is more experienced as a coach than Masauso is. So technically, I expect Perry to apply an advantage, but I still support Musa on this one.
So everybody here says Musa.
Musa, yes.
Though Perry can shock us by he's got the technical abilities is more technical than Musa and Masauso is. So Paria on technicality really.
But Arthur, no.
No, it's a 50-50 game.
It's a 50-50 game.
We may actually even end up with a draw. But
I'm saying
they know each other.
I'm saying it's a
they
draw.
know each
There's
other's
other
soccer
strengths
secrets.
and weaknesses. So that's going to be a very exciting game.
Actually, Masauso knows Perry more because
he's been dished out.
I say
the knowledge.
I say a draw.
A draw would be a very fair result.
Will probably be what will come out of.
No, but it will be a disadvantage to the chasing pack.
Right.
It will be a disadvantage to the chasing pack. Those that really want to catch Lumwana. Somebody just has to win. Somebody just has to win to close that gap.
Yeah, one of these two just has to
It just has to win. That's the only fair result you can get.
All right. So looking at the league table, all the teams have played 22 games. And except Quattro Kalumbila and Livingston Pirates, of course, you know that game which was not played because of the accident that occurred to the Quattro Kalumbila side. But otherwise, as it stands right now, we have Police College, bottom of the league, with on 18th position, 16 points. 17th position,
16 points.
Malaiti Rangers, Zesco Malaiti Rangers, 18 points. 16th position, Livingston Pirates, 18 points. 15, Quattro Kalumbila, 20 points. That's the bottom four. Out of the bottom four, Luapula Green Eagles, 14, 21 points. Kaisa, 13, 23 points. And now these are the teams which are separated by 4 points up to top four. We have Gomes, number 12, 30 points. 11, Young Green Buffaloes, 30 points. 10, City of Lusaka, 30 points. 9, Muflira Wanderers, 31 points. 8, Nchanga Rangers, 31 points. 7, Trident, 32 points. 6, Kitwe United, 33 points. 5, Young Green Eagles, 34 points. Jumulo 4, 34 points. And so you've seen those are separated only by 4 points.
all those are
So
contenders.
whoever last day people are going to cry, people will be filing court cases, displaying blaming each other, appreciating the last day. This league. Wait. There will be fans has to be ready.
They have to just be ready.
Bias. Football can kill you.
People can kill you.
Actually, not kill you.
Kill you.
Football can kill you.
People can kill you. And the guy was saying it with so much passion.
I'm telling you. Then the top three are also separated by 4 points.
4 points.
FC Muza, 39 points. NAPSA, 40 points. And Lumwana Radiant, 43 points.
So there is still everything to fight
for.
This is the league to watch.
That
I'm
it's
telling
very
you.
interesting.
This is the league to watch. I'm telling you. So now we can move to the MTN Super League. And we have other man probably run us through. Or Arthur, are you ready? You run us through.
No, it's
I give other man results of games played this last weekend.
Yeah, it was week 22. It was Chambishi 1, Nkana nil. Zesco 1, Kafio Celtic 1. Red Arrows 2, Konkola Blades 2. Kaya Warriors 1, Green Buffaloes 0. Indeni 0, Kansanshi 1. Power Dynamos 2, Buttecon 0. Nkwazi 2, Prison Leopards 1. Lusaka Dynamos 3, Forest Rangers 1. And Zanaco 1, Green Eagles 1. This was, of course, played much.
Other man, starting with you. Service team affair, Nkwazi beating Prison Leopards 2-1. Nkwazi waking up.
Yes, but still very unpredictable. This is, you won't know which Nkwazi side will turn up the other day. You know, so it's good. They had a lot of consistency in the first round. I think they were on second position. They were second to Buffaloes for some time.
Yeah.
But they've started posting in different results, and the undoing from Nkwazi also, they don't bring in new talent.
Quality
that's
players.
The same thing which is killing Green Buffaloes. It's the same thing. Although they are not enterprising, they're not ambitious. You know, they depend on the same.
And that's one thing I've noticed about Nkwazi. Over the years, they've just been there.
Yes.
All of their job is just to compete.
But
not to strive to win.
To win.
There's one thing they've achieved.
the Arsenal of Zambia.
There's one thing they've achieved of late, which has not been happy, which has stopped happening. They used to one season then
Super League. They used to be
They used to be yo-yo. No, they've
stabilized.
They've reduced on the yo-yo-ness.
Yeah. They used to be this season up the next season. And not only that. I think I had an interview. I think it was on Sunday or Saturday. Their PR person from Nkwazi, who was showing great intent. He says, "Look, we're fighting for that top 4 slot. We will represent Zambia in the Confed, either Confed Cup or Champions League, because there's everything to fight for." So this win has really spurred us, and he sounded very, very, very confident.
Well, the win came courtesy of Prison Leopards failing to do the right thing. It was Prison Leopards who created clear-cut chances. I watched the game.
Yeah.
In fact, Prison Leopards should have won that game about 3-1.
Really?
But they were very careless, and it cost them. Nkwazi being in the top 4, I don't append my signature to that.
That's our vision.
But Pass, if you critically look at the current league, that is aside the good performance by Arrows. So we can actually only single out Arrows for now. The rest of the slots are still very open. That's how come you see Nkwazi even contending. They're even able to tell you, no, we can actually do the top 4.
Because I've seen the opening there.
There's a lot of opening. Look at Power Dynamos. They drew three games in a row. 1-1 and they're in top 4. That's how bad it is, Pass.
Yeah.
It's a very open thing. Very, very, very open. And for me, it's quite disappointing. The standards are not as good as we think they are.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago, says we're not.
You can't have someone draw
no.
Lose.
It's not competitive.
Yeah,
no.
it's bad, Pass.
No, I want to differ with this.
Because if you look at
top 4.
the Eden, how competitive?
No, for me, it's not competitive.
No,
it's not.
Three draws.
No,
And
it's
you
not.
3 points and you are in top 4. No.
It
Okay,
it can only not be competitive if you allow 1 or 2 teams to run away with it. It means there's no competition. But the fact that we don't have even a runaway leader up to now, and it's still very, very unpredictable, it just shows that it's still very, very competitive.
Supposing
That's what it
Not to the level we're expecting.
if we look at
other than that, we're looking at
the way they play in Europe, out of 22 games, if it was EPL, Red Arrows should have been somewhere about 58 points.
Should have already known. You know?
Yeah.
But Red Arrows are just they are 4 points ahead of
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
And You're talking of one game.
Yeah. Actually, in a way, I on one aspect, you can say it's competitive because there are so many teams vying for few places. It's more a case of 8-9 teams vying for few
Top
places.
Let me increase your thoughts.
Let
me increase your thoughts.
But on the
when Dynamos was drawing those three games, what were the other teams doing?
But yes, but on the other point, you've actually got a point. That's where I was coming, Arthur. That in a scenario where a team drops 6 points, and they drop to number 7, 8, the other teams should have eclipsed them. But the other teams were doing the same.
Look at
the same nonsense.
And look at the Buffalo issue.
You know, if I'm going to actually
look at the Buffalo issue.
Let me give you the teams which are.
Let's finish this one off.
We normally do this.
Let's finish off this one. Let's finish this one down.
Finish your thoughts.
Because you see, where if you analyze the teams which power have leapfrogged basically 5 teams, and the performance of those 5 teams the last 3 weeks has been, for lack of a better word, rubbish.
There you go.
Period.
Nkana the last 3 weeks 2 losses and a win. Buffaloes last 3 weeks 2 losses and a draw. Buildcon 1-1 lost 1
the
draw 1.
The writing has been on the wall.
1-1 lost 1 draw 1. Zanaco drawn 3. And if I include Prisons who are on number 10, but 1-1 drawn 1 lost 1. These are the teams. If someone wanted to put a run for top 4, any of these 6 teams I've mentioned should have
just won 2 games in a row.
Should have won, yes, at
minimum
least 2 games in a row, and they would have cleared Power. They would have been maybe 4 points ahead of Power, but Power dropped 6 points, and they are back in top 4 with a win. You know,
1 win.
So in one sense, it is good to see a number
draw,
of teams vying for few places, but in another sense, teams don't seem to be taking the position seriously.
What makes it competitive?
Competitive, of course, it's good to see teams battling it out.
Precisely.
That on one end, but then on the other hand, they don't seem to be serious.
Not so many years ago, Chicken Rwandaminas Zesco had already won it at this stage.
Yes.
Not so many years ago.
The rest of the games were more formality.
Yeah.
So
Zesco and Zanaco were saying, we're just now looking at the other 2 because these.
So pass.
We're
When
leading
said
by
and
13
done.
points. The other one 9. Not now. Okay. Look at the results.
So pass. If we compare the standard of play then and now, it's very bad. That's why Zesco would win by 13 points. They go and compete
and the standards were high actually.
When they get to Continental, but right now, of those 6 play teams that are vying for top 4,
let them go in Continental.
Let them go in Continental.
You see the results. Which is true.
So pass.
You know,
in short, the standard of play
this
low.
actually, yes, it does show us something about standard of play.
Exactly.
Yeah, the standard of play.
Throw
is
them in
bad.
Africa. These teams were playing.
No,
like
back.
different. We're talking about.
It's not different. It ends up there.
No, but Bauderman, this is the same. This is the same teams that go.
We're not confusing
Bauderman,
anything.
these are the same teams that go and compete in the Champions League.
They embarrass us again.
But that's something else. We're talking about.
No, Bauderman, it's the same thing.
How are they competing now in the league?
Okay,
That's
exactly.
what
But
we're talking about.
they play the same football. They'll go and play in the same.
We're not saying they are better off to. I mean, they will go and compete with those teams. That's different. We're talking about how they are competing among themselves. We're talking about the Super League.
Okay. He's
So
talking about
what is
the topic for
what is the essence of competing in the league to go where?
Okay.
Remember, there was
What is the essence?
Just a minute.
Let me
What
hold
is the
this
essence
one.
of competing in the league?
A chance to finish.
Yes.
There was a caller from
let's start.
Lusaka.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a caller from Lusaka who challenged us. He said, "Do you look at if you look at our top 4, do you think there is any team which can compete favorably against the big boys of Africa? Our answer was categorically no. We agreed with him. We said we needed to work hard. Okay? So let's not confuse. We are looking at the Super League now. We are analyzing the Zambian League. And that's why we are saying, in as far as the results are being churned out, there is competition. Why? Simple analysis. There are so many teams which are vying for very few positions. They're not far away. If you look at the champions now there, you can't know who is going to win. That shows you how competitive it is. I'd given an example. Sometime Begzesco would have already gone, maybe by 13 points, Zanaco. But not now. We don't even know who is going to win. Red Arrows were surprised last week. They thought they were going to have a walk in the park. They were almost losing. It was the same with Zesco. We don't know who is winning the league. We don't know who will be the top four. That's what we mean when we say it's competitive. Not that they are good enough to compete with the hourly and the others. That's a different topic.
No, but
that we handle
what's the essence of competing in the league, in the local league? Why do teams compete in the local league for what?
No, but that's something else.
Man, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong. You compete in the league, in the local league, so that you go and compete at a higher level.
Maybe you didn't get me because I said on that one we agree. We have said we agreed with the caller in Lusaka. We said our teams are not good enough. They have not invested. But I was saying, for now we are looking at the local league. It is competitive in as far as fighting for the championship, fighting for the top four is concerned.
So in no way okay. Let's call these performances yo-yo performances. You win today, you draw tomorrow, you lose the next day. So these competitives, is it good for football or bad for football?
Very bad for football.
Well, it could be either. What happened to Man U yesterday? I don't want us to come to that.
No, but Man U right now they're an average side.
Such results do come. Okay.
Man U right now are an average side.
What we must admit for now, and the results are showing us, is that this league is competitive. So you can have poor teams, competing against each other. There can be good competition amongst themselves. That's what happens. Unless we see it from another perspective.
So you've already raised that benchmark that where they're competing is okay. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No, the question is the league competitive?
No, but you're agreeing to it.
It is. The league is competitive.
Yeah, so
the statistics don't lie.
I think maybe
where there is no competition.
I think where the difference is between, I've noticed the two views is the definition of competitiveness.
Yes.
I think that's where
that's exactly what it is.
But in
a nutshell,
so,
even Namakula can compete against each other.
Yes.
They can compete.
They can compete against each other.
They can compete.
So that's the conclusion. You're stating it in a form of like we are talking more about standard of play.
Let me ask a question to Arthur.
Standard of play.
Why is it that you would when we talked about Eden University, you said it's competitive.
Yes.
But Super League, you say it's not.
One, Super League is a prime. That's the ultimate. And whoever's going to judge us out there, they'll judge us based on the Premiership. That's how come you see, Pius, if we get used to this so-called... You can be competitive, but you're still bad sides. In short.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, what is the definition of
competition? It's a definition, the term, actually.
Competitiveness can actually be positive.
No, I agree with you,
That's what it's
because I was looking at it from the standard of play.
If you look at the standard for me as an analyst, the standard of play must come into play.
It should show. That's what I was looking at.
The standard of play must be in correlation with the quality that is being displayed. So standard of play is very critical when it comes to competitiveness. Competitiveness must be very positive.
Yeah, but also
sadly, what we're saying is, how can you be
proud of our league?
No, how can you be proud of nothing?
It has maintained position number 8 out of 48 countries. Position number 8 is reviewed regularly. You see, so this thing of saying we are poor, no. I think we also have to check that.
No.
We
Okay.
may not be...
Pius, I'll give you.
No, but
I'll give
when
you
we state that, what we're trying to say,
Don't-
we're
don't be
trying
nice
to
to
raise,
bad
we're trying to
performances.
raise our standards, and we're trying to aspire for the top position.
Yes.
As much as we've done this much, we've gone this far.
Okay,
We can
now-
do so much better because we know our levels. Alderman, you used to watch football, Maritamba Bola.
Yes.
You were a referee.
I know.
You can't compare these standards with those standards that used to be there a long time ago.
Yeah.
That competition that was there,
Okay.
as compared to today.
That's how come you see
Pastor
Pius,
Chris,
13
time
points.
for us to move on.
Let me conclude. Zesco United, when they were at their best, wherever they go, you know they are coming back with a good positive result. But they win a 3-0, 4-0, 3-0, 2-1, 4-1. That's Zesco for you. That's how come it replicated even internationally. Right now, Zesco are in the top 4, number 2, and yet their fans are still saying, even if he wins us the league, you will still fire him. What the fans don't understand is that the standard of and the quality of players at Zesco now compared to then
It's different.
is
Doesn't
different.
agree.
All right. So let's quickly just round up where we were. Talking about Chris, Zesco 1, Kafue Celtic 1. Was this expected?
Not really, because Zesco have been struggling, and then Kafue Celtic on the other side, they've also had they've posted up some mixed results, and it's sad that they couldn't actually even go for a draw, but it was positive for Zesco in that Zesco needed the most because really their fans are out there for their blood, and Zesco is a top class team, and they just have to show
Top class on
where they
paper
belong.
now.
And Zesco would
Yeah,
have
top
been,
class on
had they won, they would have been 3 points behind Retirees.
Zesco should have taken advantage of,
Yes, of Kafue Celtic.
of Red Arrows who
Slip
shared
up.
points. You know, there was a slip up there, and 3 points for Zesco should have taken them far. But hey, they are playing against a tricky side which beat them in the first round.
Oh, yes, I
You
forgot
know,
about
so they were
that.
up against a very energetic side trying to fight relegation.
Relegation.
Indeni dropping points the last 2 games. Arthur, losing again at home to
for-
Kansanshi.
You've given him an
Kansanshi
answer.
Dynamos.
He was
For me,
against
Ndeni,
Ndeni.
I put my hats off. They are confusing me now. So now
They are confusing you.
Because you remember,
Well,
he was against
I was
Ndeni,
against him,
he was
and I was
against Ndeni,
reprimanded,
he's
so-
been- he's been vindicated now.
I-
In the 2 games.
I
vindicated
appreciate
now.
what Arthur is saying
Yeah.
because look, this is a side which had played 6 games without a loss. They moved
Yeah.
out of relegation, but 2 losses takes them back. So
Yes.
that's how tricky it is.
Back to number 13.
You know, they had moved out comfortably. They posted very good wins. I think it was they went 4-5 games without
Yeah.
Four
loss.
games.
And now they're just 4 points above relegation zone.
You see,
But Alderman, power for Power Dynamos, the most powerful team in the in Zambia. Aba Bola, Aba Lowerera, Aba Busaka.
Lord have mercy.
Beating Buildcon
Which
2 goals
team?
to 0.
Buildcon. There's a team
well,
called
it
Buildcon.
was a good result. Buildcon were playing their first game without their mentor. Rwanda went to Kansanshi. Did that have an effect? We don't know. They are now under the mentorship of John Lungu.
Spider-Man.
The
Rome United.
Spider-Man.
Changa Rangers.
Well, a good result for Power Dynamos. I said it last week. They are showing a bit of consistency. They may not be scoring here and there, but they are quite a solid side. They're very good midfield. They have been defending well. Even the goalkeeping, Lawrence Blenga has also been coming to the party of late. So Power are not a bad side. Kilonji Mwepu has now started settling and is banging in goals. The player they got from Indeni. So this is a rejuvenated Power Dynamo side which can churn out results, and they are very, very good contenders for top 4. I'm very consistent.
I know you
I've-
emphasized
I've
last
said
week
it
as well.
about 4 times now. Yeah, but this is also a team which can, from nowhere, drop points. But under Mwenyachi people, loss has been a vocabulary they don't want nearby, near them.
All right. But Chris, Lusaka Dynamos 3, Forest Rangers 1. They won.
Yeah, they won because there's been some shake-up at Lusaka Dynamos. And
And Forest
Look,
is not easy
we'll
to
wait
beat
and
Forest.
see.
you know, I watched Lusaka Dynamos, I think 3 weeks ago. There's a game that I was showing on TV when I watched them. They're not like a bad side. When you see them play, like I didn't watch this specifically. This one I'm actually talking. We're discussing this one. I didn't watch it exactly, so I can't really comment a lot. But what I've seen with Lusaka Dynamos, like we've always said on this show, it's the internal wrangles. As long as the internal wrangles, believe you me, it won't go nowhere. And the fact that the administration is not run on a professional level, we don't want to bring out all the dirty and talk about it. All we want to talk about is something like, look, this can be a good side. It can be run like a good professional side. But if they can just stop the squabbles and internal runs, because I mean, they've posted a win here. So let us wait and see what the next game is.
And a convincing win, actually.
Let us wait and see what the next game is going to say. If they're going to win the next game, then we will know that indeed
They are back.
they are back.
But that back, it's painful.
No, for relegation.
And-
For relegation, getting out of the relegation zone.
Arthur, Cabo Warriors beating GBFC. GBFC 10 games, no win.
Some.
No,
Coach
but-
now
but-
has
but-
2 games left.
But Pius, I'll tell you something about Cabo Warriors. If you look at their loss against Nkana, it was a big fight. Even that one, that goal, it was a controversial game actually at the end of the day. But they're still pushing. For me, Cabo Warriors, they're an improved side, and trust me, I've seen a great improvement in them. I don't know if it's the coach or it's just the turn of events, but I see Cabo Warriors maintaining top 4 position again.
Yeah,
They are,
Warriors are
they are quite yo-yo as well.
they are-
They
they
are quite
yo-yo
yo-yo,
side.
but
They like the cutting
you
edge.
should-
Yeah, it's a
you-
cut-
you should-
that's
you
right.
should-
I want to
you should
agree
see
with
their
that
performance.
word.
You should see their perforance Pius after a loss. That's how you grade.
But
the
I want
team.
to agree with the Arthur. They are playing well.
They are playing very
so
well.
They're a balanced squad. They have good quality
I watched them.
players. I think
Was
they can put up a fight. Top 4, they were there last season,
Maybe.
but they will really have to work hard. Looking at the teams that they are competing against this season.
Malda Manu's their coach now.
This team is difficult now. Come on.
It's Takatiko, Mr.
Oh,
Count.
Takatigo Chris.
Chris Count.
Oh, yeah.
Otherman, Red Arrows nearly losing at home to Concola Blades. This one, like I said earlier in the program, they dodged a bullet. This was a serious bullet because when I was watching that game, I counted. It was a done game. It was done.
Dusted.
Yeah, and they feel Concola Blades feel done by
Clear
because-
handball. You saw the handball.
Yeah, and they're saying that the goal that Red Arrows scored was scored after the regulation time.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, the official time is always declared by the referee. At some point, Concola Blades also, I think, lost concentration. Yeah, I heard their coach before that game was played. He had already counted those points. That's why I'm saying in football, and in fact in any sport, don't underrate an opponent. He was on the Ben News. Chisimbewe was interviewed, and
I
from the
saw
way I
that
was
one.
talking,
I saw that.
Red Arrows had, because they had beaten in Ghana, they had beaten by big margins. Now,
Yes.
a lot,
And convincingly.
a lot pressed side comes to
It's
to
a
face
lesson for
and
them.
they think
It's a lesson for him.
Like Naps and Police
That
College.
was a wake up call because they were losing those points.
No,
Yeah.
simple.
They forgot that Concola had brought in about six
Six
players
six
in
players.
that squad, and that when you are fighting relegation, you really fight
With all your-
everything,
with
with
everything.
your whatever you have. They gave Red Arrows a good run for that 1 point. Well, hard luck to Concola Blades. I think on that day they deserved to win.
Come out. Yeah.
It was one of those games when you're watching, you don't even know how Red Arrows came back. You don't.
No, it's the character.
You know, yeah.
You know, they have
I
so
mean,
much
even
quality.
the lack of that penalty.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah.
I just said, I think, okay, it might be there, yeah.
What Red Arrows should have done was to now employ 5-4-1 to make it
To keep it off big.
because Red Arrows use spaces. They use the wings. They should have made the midfield compact to make sure that they stop those short passes. But they allowed them space and they got punished.
Yeah, three midfielders.
They could have easily managed that game. Game management is important. You are leading 2-0, there is 80 minutes to go. The coach is the one to blame. You just crowd and frustrate.
Just frustrate them.
You know?
Yeah,
You
because
use,
the
you
minute
use all those
the
tacticals.
minute Red Arrows scored, Konkola Blades became a little bit confused.
Yes. And they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You need to have composure, you need to have belief, you need to have the correct mentality.
And 2 minutes
like
to
I
go,
said, and
surely.
2 minutes to
go.
go.
2 minutes
But
to
you
go.
see, that's a true reflection. That has also always happened with us at national team level. And that's what Alderman is talking about, game management.
Same disease.
If you watch the Arabs, have you seen the Egyptians, the way they were progressing? The full 90 minutes, they'll manage
And if
it.
it's them who have scored you first,
You're in trouble, forget. And that's,
Forget,
and
no
that's,
matter what
that-
tricks
that's,
we
that's what we
Go
failed
and
to
ask
replicate.
Nigeria.
That's what
They'll
we
tell
failed
you
to
what happened
replicate.
to them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we failed to replicate. So game management, especially in the first 90 minutes. can hold
Okay.
on.
Last one. But Chris,
Yeah.
Chambeshi won in Kana new.
That one, all of us have to talk about that one.
Everybody's going to talk about that one.
That's
According
why
to
it's
the
last.
reports that we heard, but it's good. Somebody, I mean, my colleagues will talk about it. They have much more information on that one. I just said I was in one of the shops and I saw these Nkana fans coming in, and they were, saying a lot of things, like they were pouring out the water from the ground and all that kind of stuff. They were all mind games by Chambeshi and all that. But look, at the end of the day, teams have gone there to play. Okay? No matter how bad the pitch is, they've played. Some have posted wins and some have drawn. So at the end of the day, Nkana is a big side. And Nkana has been exposed. They've gone international. They've played international. So all they needed to do was just to manage the players and psych them up. Period. There's no way a big team like Nkana can drop 6 points. And we are vying for top 4, you drop 6 points. No. But anyway, I'll leave my colleagues to finish off that one.
Football is extremely dynamic, and sometimes I think the Elderman but dynamics of history are also very critical. People must not be quick at condemning Nkana and traditionally. Chambeshi always beats Nchanga Rangers. They always beat Mighty Mfleron. They always used to beat the big teams.
Correct.
True, very true.
So history in football is very critical, Pius. If you're a soccer fan and an ardent listener and follower of football, you must respect history. It's very, very critical. Chambeshi and Kalushi Modern Stars, these were called giant killers.
Giant killers.
No matter how well Nchanga Rangers played, they always beaten 1-0. Although I number 1-0.
Nandola United.
Just one new pass. Ask Mighty Mfrewandas, they'll tell you. Ask Konkola Blitz. Ask Nchanga. Ask Nkana. Ask all the so-called big, not rather so-called, all the big teams in this country. They always lost 1-0, whether home or away. So that game against Nkana and Chambeshi, it's not. People must not start insulting the team or the club or the coach or never. That's a traditional game. You always pay the price. Nkana were beaten clean at
dusted.
home.
Here, we watched it.
You watched it clean
Here at Scrivener.
Clean, not at your clean game. Likewise, even the return fixture. That is a very normal thing in football. They're just teams who just have a natural edge over you. No matter what you do, Liverpool always beat Manchester.
Look at Middlesbrough. no, not even that. Look at Middlesbrough.
Just had to throw that one. Defenders, so
Defenders. Middlesbrough always beats Man United.
Yeah. No, I agree with the Arthur. I think it's Nkana supporters expected too much. In football, this will be my third time now saying this. Learn to respect opponents.
And history.
Okay? Ghana had lost the first game. We all watched it. We were there. I think that game, all the four of us
were there.
And you see, there was no way you would have expected that Chambeshi was going to lose with a big margin at home when they won away. And there is that aspect of history which Rath has said. Chambeshi has been a bogey side to big sides when they were in the Super League, and we used to call them spoilers. Those some of us who are following our league, and they could do. Maybe Mfrera Wanderers just need one more win to be champions.
To be champions.
And they're playing Chambishi, who are just mid-table. They've already survived. They'll just come
Spoil.
and spoil the party to allow the other team, which was number 2,
To win.
to win.
Zamsho.
But I watched a clip, Pius. I don't like blame game, but I think Nkana goalkeeper Kelvin Malunga should have 90% share of that blame.
98%.
Because the way,
That goes good.
by the way, Kabamba is very good taking them from that side. I mean, from that position, he takes very good position. But you see, he wasn't blocked. I mean, he was not obstructed by the defenders. He should have judged the way the ball was coming. At first, he committed himself. He wanted to use his hands, and then suddenly he changed. He wanted to use the leg. Then it's too late. It's gone. You know. So one mistake, you can't come back. It was in a very, very bad condition. The pitch was tricky, and you see, Ghana have short players like Nguruwe and Patrick Gondwe. Such players can't play in a muddy in a river. So there was no way Ghana could have collected maximum points. But I think the keeper should have done better, in my view. At least even parrying it should have been a corner or something. Because he just changed the decision from using the hands to the leg. Suddenly when the ball was already in flight and was reaching, some people tried to defend him. I said, no, come on. He has to make a very good position because it was not so close. That boy should have made correct judgment.
All right, so let's quickly run through the fixtures for this coming weekend. We have Green Buffaloes versus Chambeshi. Ha! This fight. Can GPFC win? Number 11, sure. They
It's going to
should.
be a draw.
And after Chambeshi coming from a win.
Chambeshi have new players. We are talking about Kawamba, who scored against Nkana.
yes.
There are 4 others.
If-
Whoever is
if-
playing them,
If they don't,
respect them.
You should be wary.
if they don't take this is the time to beat Buffaloes when they are down.
Yes. And remember, Chambeshi are fighting relegation.
Relegation. So they need
You
all
know.
Yes,
They have
and
a chance of getting out.
There are 4 points to get out.
4 points to get out.
They need to pull in daily.
You see? Because as they are getting out, they are pulling another team down.
Yes.
That's what relegation does. You know, so they know that they have a chance to survive. It's 12 games. Is it 11, 12 games
Yes.
to go? And 12 by 3, you know what that means?
Yeah.
It's a lot of points to fight for. So they now have belief
Yes.
that they can survive. So they'll give whoever opponent they face a very good run for their money.
Kafue Celtic versus Power Dynamos. We have this weekend. Kansanshi versus Zesco. Buildcon versus Lusaka Dynamos. Nkana Indeni. That will be a big one. Konkola Blades versus Cabo Warriors. I think another big one. A lot at stake in this game. And on Sunday we have Forest Rangers versus Nkwazi. And Green Eagles versus Red Arrows.
That's the one.
The match to watch.
That is
Okay. Chris, Green Eagles, Red Arrows. What are we foreseeing?
I see Green Eagles actually coming back. It's going to be very difficult for Red Arrows, especially at Independence Stadium in Choma. It's going to be very difficult for Red Arrows. Green Eagles will just have to show their intent there. They have to show that they really want the top 4. As much as Red Arrows wants to win the league, but they have to reduce the gap. So I can see Green Eagles collecting points, especially after the 2 games backwards when they won. The way they played was just something else. So I see Green Eagles actually collecting points against Red Arrows.
And Arthur, Nkana Indeni.
No, they have to. I mean, Nkana just has to prove that the loss against Chambeshi was nothing to do with performance. It's just one of those traditional games by winning against Indeni. It's a must win. It's a must win.
There is a small history which I have to remind you. Nkana has not beaten Indeni for a long time.
Well, then tradition stands.
Long time. Both home away.
So,
So Nkana will have to
after
break-
Rossi, they have to go and play for a draw. Can you-
Ghana will have to break that jinx. Look at their results. Look at their results. The best result Ghana has gotten from Indeni is draw. There was a year Ghana lost both away and home. That was the other season.
The other season.
Yeah.
Transitional
Yeah,
period.
but this season, in the first round, it was 1-1.
1-1.
Indeni came from behind after Bazod scored. Yeah. But anyway, the point I was trying to drive at is that Ghana can break the jinx, but it will have to be at the back of their mind that they have not beaten Indeni for a long
Like the way
time.
they used to be with Zesco.
Alderman, one team which is under fire, especially from its fans, is Zesco United. Traveling to Kansanshi, is this a possible three-pointer for Zesco? It's a must-win because they have to keep up with Red Arrows supposedly.
Yeah, if Zesco lose and Red Arrows win, we shall start saying the league is gone. You know, it's tricky now. So, Zesco, they have not been convincing. They've been,
Yes,
they are number
unconvincing,
two, but
definitely.
they have been unconvincing. That's why my colleagues belabored on the point of standards and so on. Yes, standards, there can be competition, but the standards have gone down. The caliber and the pedigree of players has gone down. This will be tricky because Kansanshi are coming from a win. Remember, they're not sitting pretty on the log. They want to make sure that they run away from relegation. They are under a new coach now. Having won away, they are full of belief that they can collect maximum points. And indeed, Kansanshi play well at home. So it will be up to Zesco to show character.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a draw.
Looking at the league table and how it's standing at the moment, we have 18 position, 18 points, Konkola. So it's like as if they've drawn all, they could have drawn all their games and reached this same position. 17, Lusaka Dynamos, 19 points. Chambeshi, 16, 22 points. Kafua Celtic, 15, 22 points. And then bottom of, or should I say bottom above the top four, is Kansanshi, number 14, 25 points. Indeni, 13, 26 points. 12, Forest Rangers, 28 points. Kabwe Warriors, 11 on 28 points. 10, Prison Leopards, 29 points. Zanaco, 9, 31 points. 8, Nkwazi, 32 points. 7, Builtcon, 32 points. Green Buffaloes, 6, 32 points. Nkana, 5, 33 points. Powerful Power Dynamos, number 4, 34 points. Green Eagles, 3, 36 points. And 2, Zesco, 38 points. And number 1, Red Arrows, 43 points. I think we've got an interesting round of fixtures, so we'll see how they pan out this coming weekend. Alderman, I know you have a bit of news for us. Perhaps you can go through.
Yeah,
I can give you 6 minutes.
Yeah, you give me 6 minutes because I think it's at this juncture that we have to clear that question which has been carried
Yes.
about qualification.
Yes, we have to clear that question,
Clear
definitely.
that one because people read social media and they take it as gospel truth. Well, like we had said, first disciplinary committee has ruled in favor of Young Green Eagles in a case in which Quito United failed to fulfill a fixture against Young Green Eagles. So it was a 3-0 scoreline and 3 points. And like we indicated, we don't know if Quito United will challenge this decision. Yeah. So that's why the table is indicating that Quito have played 22 games as well. Then Roy De Alfonso, this boy has been with Kansanshi for a long time. He's the one who has been inspiring them. He's helped them to get to the Super League. When they are back, he has been with the squad for a long time. Finally, he has left them and has joined the Green Buffaloes. This is the first time I'm seeing Buffaloes getting some quality player from somewhere. They usually trust their own players from the
For a
barracks and
long
so on.
time.
Yeah. Then, of course, we can now look at the qualifications. Now, a lot of questions have come. What CAF has done this year for this particular qualifier is that they have paired the teams with the least rankings on the Coca-Cola FIFA rankings. The teams with the lowest points, they have paired them against each other and have called it preliminary round. Okay? They will play against each other home and away. And the way the rounds have been prepared, it's as follows. I'm saying this because there's somebody who posted something which confused people. He said the draws has been done, which is not the case.
Yes.
There's no way they can do the main draws before the preliminary draws are done. It is unfortunate and it confused a lot of people. So, what will happen, Mapias? Zambia is in pot 2, okay? And since it's in pot 2, there are 4 pots which have already been done. Since Zambia is in pot 2, it will have to play against a team in pot 3, against a team in pot 1, and against a team in pot 4. So we can't run away, Zambia can't run away from playing one of the big boys.
And let me give, as you can just hold on for
Yes.
20 seconds, Alderman. Let me give who the big boys are in pot 1.
Yes.
Who have to be in our group.
Yes.
Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia, Nigeria, Algeria, Cameroon, Egypt, Mali, Ivory Coast, and Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
In
So-
our pot, in pot 2, there is South Africa, Cape Verde, Guinea, Uganda, Gabon, Benin, Zambia, Congo, Madagascar, and Kenya. Alderman.
Yes, that's exactly what you have said, Pius. And just to finish up, in pot 3, there's Namibia, Guinea-Bissau, Niger, Mauritania, Libya, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Togo, Angola, and Central African Republic. And of course, pot 4, Ethiopia, Burundi, South Sudan, Mauritius, Chad, Sao Tome, Djibouti, Somalia, Seychelles, Eritrea. So what this means is that pot 1 has the big guns in Africa, like Papa said: Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia, Nigeria, Algeria, Cameroon, Egypt, Mali, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso. Zambia will have to play one of those. They will be in a group which will have one of those teams. And then they will also be in a group which will comprise South Africa, Cape Verde, Guinea, Uganda, Gabon, Benin. Sorry, not this one. This is pot 2. They will also play one of the following teams: Namibia, Guinea-Bissau, Niger, Mauritania, Libya, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Togo, Angola, and Central African Republic. So this is another group where Zambia will play one of the teams. And of course, in pot 4, you see, as the pots go on, the weaker the teams become.
Yeah.
So there will be Ethiopia, Burundi, South Sudan, Mauritius, Chad, Eritrea, Seychelles, Somalia, Djibouti, and Sao Tome. So in short, Zambia will have to face one of the biggest teams and one average team and perhaps 2 weak teams. And to qualify, 2 teams progress.
The next.
You know, in fact, no, they are after they've played.
After they've played,
they
just
two
they'll
teams
qualify. Yeah, 24. Yeah.
So the chances of qualifying,
So if we're with a big gun, we have to go through.
I mean, you just have to.
Morocco.
And of course, the preliminary groups will be played between March 19th and March 29th.
I can actually give the fixtures for the preliminary
Yeah,
groups.
I have them. Yeah, you can give the.
Yes, the preliminary group which will be played in March, there will be Eritrea versus Botswana, Sao Tome and Principe versus Mauritius, Djibouti versus South Sudan, Seychelles versus Lesotho, Somalia versus Eswatini, and Chad versus Gambia. So when these are done, then the proper draw can take place.
Yes, that's when they will. So there will be 6 out of those.
6, yes.
Yeah, that will,
to join for the 42 teams. Then it will make 48 for the draw.
And on a sad note, former Nkana goalkeeper Maplanga died. He
Yes.
was buried on a Sunday. This time round, we are happy Faz asked the teams to observe a minute of silence and wear black bands. I think that was good because they had complained, the fans had complained the other time when that was not done against the Concola Blades goalkeeper. So it was sad. This is a young talent we lost, died at the age of 29. Yeah, but it's important to state that at the time he died, he was out of contract. His contract had run out with Nkana. It was the last day was 31st December. Yeah, but obviously he was connected to Nkana, there's no doubt about it. And we also want to thank Pastor Makembo. He was there also with his band. He's always been there. I think that was good. I think soccer fans from Kitwe traveled all the way using their own resources. That's the spirit, gentlemen.
True sportsmanship.
That's good. Oh, I'll be blamed, gentlemen and the women. Yeah, that showed very good spirit, and that's what should be happening.
Yeah. All right. So I think we can probably look at AFCON before we open the phone lines. Well, Chris, brilliant tournament. How did you find the tournament from beginning to end without Zambia?
Without Zambia, very disappointing, and it was good in a way we didn't qualify. Believe you me. Well, that's my opinion. Other people have got their own opinion, but I say that on the back of my mind, knowing that we were not ready, and believe you me, I saw really high standard of play. But if there's anything that I really learned from this edition is the standard of play, the kind of tactics. And if there's something really, really important that we need to learn from this edition is how these teams have moved away from short players to bigger players. If you saw most of these teams, they had taller players, big, hefty, and all that, as compared to our kind of players that we actually usually have. So it was going to be very difficult for us. Can you imagine Prince Mumba playing against those guys? Not taking nothing away from Prince. He's a good player and that kind of stuff. But if you saw, I was assessing. I was assessing it. I've recorded it and I've been seeing the players. I was looking at the players of each team, Gabon, Morocco, and all these others. I say, how come all these guys? What are these coaches looking at in these top players, these big players? So there was something. There's something that they're moving away from the old to the new right now. That where we are right now, they're looking for a certain type of player, certain type of character, like the kind of stature. I'm talking about the stature, the body stature. That's what they're looking at. So it's going to be a very, very big battle for us. But look, it was a very good tournament, and we learnt a lot.
Which team disappointed you?
The team that disappointed me, really.
Zimbabwe.
No, not Zimbabwe. I think the team that disappointed me was Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Yeah, because I had my money on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's football. You get that.
Arthur, what your view of AFCON 2022?
No,
2021?
It's a big lesson to Zambians. We were making noise. We wanted to go and replace Zimbabwe, and then what? At least for now, people know it's apart from the so-called Kamanga failures, we have an issue on talent. Perhaps right now as a country, we don't have a number 1. We don't have a number 2.
Number 3.
We don't have a number 3. We don't have a 4-5.
Only 6.
6 weeks. Number 8. Right now there is a number 8. So we have from 1 up to number 6 we don't have. And we only have, as a country, we only have one promising player.
This boy was at Ajax Cape Town. What's his name?
You can't even remember his name, Pa. That's how bad it is.
From Zanaco.
Augustine.
Roderick.
Roderick Kawe.
No.
I'm thinking of Roderick Kawe.
Number
3.
Those are experiments, Pa. We want a standard position.
Number 3.
There's nothing.
At least you can say from number 7 even. There's Lubambo.
From 1 up to 6, 0.
40 minutes, Lubambo.
I can agree with you. From 1 up to 6,
so
we have a problem.
And as a country, pass, we only have one promising player. That boy from Power Dynamos, Budo. He's the only player who's promising as a country.
Who's showing?
He's showing that thing. If we manage him well, we've got something to hold on to.
Commitment and passion.
As a country, pass. So we're still dreaming.
You're talking about locals, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're talking about locals.
So development-wise and going forward, pass, it's very difficult for us to actually become big. We really have to struggle with what we have.
We have to work hard.
Extremely hard, pass. Because we have to look at the promise. And the promise is only with that same Budo boy. If we handle him well. As a country, we failed to manage the under-20 after they won the AFCON the junior AFCON, the group Yavena parts on Dhaka. That's why we lost it as a country. We did not manage that talent well. And from the 30 players that were called into camp and the 25 that actually competed, only 3 or 4 are making sense. You have a player like, we have a problem here 4-5 right now, but you have Nkana holding on to that boy at Nani. What's the name? 4-5 Nkana? Nyondo. Nyondo has been on the bench for 3 years. Put up a bench. And I blame him. I don't even blame Nkana. He's holding on to the name Nkana, and that has affected his talent tomorrow.
No, but sometimes it's mentorship.
I hand over to you. Your AFCON. What you saw. AFCON, did we learn anything?
Yes. I want to congratulate Cameroon. Other than the disaster which happened where 8 people died, I think generally it was well organized. That's good because people in Europe tend to underrate us. We had the people like Klopp calling it a small tournament. Come on. I wish Klopp could see the number of people who turned up to welcome the Senegalese team in Dakar. That's what it means to us as Africans. Okay? And it's getting better and better. We had, for the first time, it was... VAR was used, of course, not so effectively and efficiently, but next time we can do better. And what a display of talent. Africa has talent. That's why we should not be underrating this continent. Africa has talent. No doubt about it. The other question, the other aspect which I think raised the eyebrows as the tournament was beginning, you had alluded to it, Papias, was the refereeing. We saw strange red cards, decisions. Yeah, but of course that improved, and also in as far as refereeing is concerned, we have talent, first class refereeing by South African. Ref, obviously he wants to go to the World Cup. He wants to achieve what Johnny has done.
Can you answer the Johnny question which came?
Yes. Johnny was
Is
not
he-
banned. Johnny has a record from the doctor. We have talked about that. If it wasn't, if it was not like that, he would have been sent home the following day. We cleared that. We talked about it, and
So he's yet to
Johnny-
still do more for Africa.
he still has a lot to do more. In fact, they had already enlisted him for Qatar, or the next World Cup, which will take place. They will have to review whether he still goes and so on. But please, let's not demonize him. Such things happen. He can still handle the game. Now, I don't want to be tempted into discussing the Zambia national team yet. That will be for another day. I thought we should review the AFCON. Congratulations to Senegal. I think they started slow, but as the competition progressed, they were becoming more and more cohesive. Very good quality players they have. I only blame them for one thing. They should give chance to locals as well. They should have faith in the locals. That team, Mapias, had a coteria of professionals from abroad. Not even one in the starting lineup. And there's only one on the bench. I don't think he has even ever played.
No, it's about merit, Bakaram.
That
You have to earn your position.
That's not good. But Egypt played 7 local players. There is merit. They were almost winning it. And Egypt have won it 7 times. Mainly with the players from Zamalek, Awali, local players. Let's start having faith in our local players. That's the only thing where I have issues with the Senegal. We must start having faith in our local
But
players.
Oderman, me, I believe that's the direction we should go as Zambia. Let's have 20 players who can be called in the national to come and play for Zambia, who are playing for big teams
even when we had
in Europe.
Even when we had good players, when Kalusha Charles Msonda playing out there, the defense, all of it was from back here. We had when Ifod Chawala in goal, we had up to number 6.
But those days are gone.
Okay, up to number 6. But the point is, you see, Egypt, I think Algeria to an extent has proved that point. Let us start having faith in local players. Because one day, something will happen. You can imagine if there was a rule with this COVID thing, saying no foreign-based players will come. You can imagine what type of squad Senegal are going to line up. They're going to be what we would call Manning trouble at 6s and 7s. You know?
We've already suffered that. We couldn't have Patson and Mwepukam-
Yes, we did. You know,
Mwepukami.
it was, you know, it affected us.
And it affected our World Cup
Even our
qualification.
current coach said his captain, you know, he has so much faith in Enoch. Out of the 6 games, Enoch played only 1 game for Zambia. And you know how much of a game changer he can be. Yeah, I thought I could share the same question which team disappointed most in my view
Yes.
was Algeria. I don't know, maybe they had put so much into that Arab Cup, whatever, they couldn't come to the party as defending champions. One would have expected them to be knocked out maybe in the semi-finals or quarter-finals at the West. But there it was, the preliminary round, they were out. I thought that was a big minus. And I hope they don't tamper with the technical bench, because such things happen sometimes. I agree with you. Man of the match, in my view, should have been Abubakar. I don't know what businessman they had to pick that prestigious man of the tournament. Is it because he scored the last penalty?
The last penalty.
No, Abubakar, I think, did a lot for his club. He literally carried Cameroon on his shoulders. Even when they were 3-0 down, when he was called to duty, he rescued his team and made it a point that they were number 3. Also, the other area where I don't agree is the goalkeeping. I think the Egyptian goalkeeper,
The the tournament.
Gabaski
Gabaski.
should have been
The keeper of the tournament.
keeper of the tournament. There's no doubt. Mendy wasn't tried.
No.
He was protected by that good defense. So, to me, the Egyptian goalkeeper should have picked it because he carried more saves. All in all, a good tournament, and congratulations to Cameroon and to CAF. We can do better, obviously, we can do better. I wasn't disappointed with the stadium. Cameroon, I think we are ready. And like I said, there was that unfortunate incident where 8 people died. We didn't hear of complaints from teams in as far as there was a few issues on COVID, whatever, but it's CAF we are conducting that and not Cameroon, so we can't blame it on them. Yeah, so that's what I can say.
Okay. Back to you, Arthur. You still say Mane deserved getting the player of the tournament?
Pass. It's about collectiveness, and collectiveness for Cameroon ended on the semi-final period. So you have to be complete in everything that you do. Even if you look at the Ballon d'Or, it's mostly considered a complete, unless the player has got exceptional talent. That's when you can actually win it without getting a gold medal.
But Abubakar 8 goals, sure, 8, Arthur. And at least he reached
with 8 goals.
And not only
third
that,
position.
assists. He had
Pass.
almost about 3. He had about 3 assists.
Pass with 8 goals, you're supposed to have a gold medal.
Okay, Arthur, can I ask you one thing? What really stands out for you? What did Mane do?
He got the trophy,
Just that.
which Abubakar couldn't do.
What? Because we are talking about a player, not a team now.
No, it's a collective. That's what I'm saying. It's
No.
collective.
It's a player
So
of the tournament.
The collectiveness that Senegal achieved at the end of the day was a very big bonus for Mane. And that is one thing that Abubakar could not do. Yeah.
He didn't carry the team on his shoulder.
That penalty, but Firwa. I give an example of Ronaldo, if a penalty and they were out of the tournament, out of the cup.
And
That was very critical.
Very thin line.
who was the best player, Chris?
What's that?
The best player of the tournament?
Abubakar.
Abubakar. Yeah, because he even prevented Eric Choupo-Moting from Bayern Munich from starting any game.
Yes.
I just said that,
To me, right from game number 1.
Just that the thin line is that's what the gold medal. Period. That's what the thin line is, and that's where it lies.
So the team of the tournament is Mendy. Edward Mendy is the goalkeeper. Then the defenders from Egypt, Abdel Monem. Then
From Zamalek.
yes. Then Topaz.
That one from thing.
Yes, from Mali. From Cameroon, rather. No, from Mali.
It's Mali.
Yes. And then Sis also in defense, but Sis is a fantastic
He's a
player.
good defender.
Sis. Then Ashraf Hakimi as well from Morocco. I think well deserved. He had a very good tournament. In midfield, El Neni from Arsenal. He was good for Egypt.
He was good.
Mendy as well. For Senegal, and Traore. Sorry, from Mali, from Burkina Faso. What's his name? And then Traore as well, very good for Burkina Faso. Forwards, self-explanatory. Mohamed Salah, and then number 9, Vincent Abubakar, and on the left, Sadio Mane.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a fair representation. The substitutes. Andre Onana, Collins Fai, Khalidou Koulibaly, and I believe Koulibaly should have been in there. Mahmoud Hamdi, Ahmed Abo El Fatou.
Even that Trezeguet guy was not bad.
Andre Aguisa, Yusuf Nchagama, Bertrand Traore from Burkina Faso, Sofiane Bofal from Morocco. He was good as well. Toko Ekambi from Cameroon. And Famara Dendui from Senegal.
Was that one
But
Tosapo from
Onana
Burkina?
should their goalkeeper. It should have
from-
been, at least Mendy should have even been on the bench, and Gabaski should have been
Gabaski
keeper of
should
the
have been the
tournament.
keeper of the
Chikari, that
that
one.
one.
Ah!
Their height, the reflexes.
Yes.
Is very good.
Penalties, you know, he's a complete goalkeeper. I would not be surprised if he goes into Europe, since he's the Zamalek
That Burkina Faso defender is a
netminder.
double stopper. Boy, is good.
Yeah. All right. I think we can open up the phone lines now. We can do it on 0212 222 877 or 0965 000 877. Good evening, caller.
Halo bapaya
Shadwa famous.
wino mwabombeni
Nati bomba vya bwino. Mulifya bwino.
bwino sana.
Please go ahead,
Eh.
famous.
Okay, bapasi nga mwalolesa sana line up yabankana na msetemeshi ali mukibantu kyambeshi tayanchire in place ine yali moneka ati itimu tabapangire bwino amenshi yalundire kofi bali pangire bwino etimu za Swahili na bachambeshi bamoneke kwati bamoneka ababola palifo. Sometimes line up faila langa tapali okotulea bwena fe kuli line up kingana panga fe bwino etimu lilo mfuisha na bwino nangu na wikala wamuna ibola tulewina noti the team bapangire tabali pangire bwino lero imwachirala ndati abanesu batene kubala maintain amakochi for long time kiba mu maintain udangana mwana batene kubalete World Cup bali mu contest yakuya tu na last Africa Cup batene kubalete mu final wakano ku maintain coach namba bama coach mkwata nyawa ko refero okuina kosa refero okuina bale soto refero okuya ku Africa Cup timwa mu maintain kayo tibe majanja chikwanga bati mwena kumampala nyanga mwamala fe tali bwino is that mwamuleka ukuchirale fule mpi yeshinja le fula 150 na ngwanu se wanju wako maintain ati tulolele 7 years but amaliza out tapadi kumuleka kubaleka nangu basika pioro 7 muleta nti atenga tabale coaching abwino na pusha na totera.
Okay, thank you, my famous.
Famous nangu kuchinja 7 years 7 coaches and then you give them 3 months nangu atu bachimwena kumampalanya you don't give them time.
Look at the material
Look,
given.
the 7 years that the Senegalese coach had, we had 7 coaches here.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. Good evening, caller. Vasim Samba. Good evening. Please go ahead.
Padi na huko wino for famous barani okutankia makoche abali 7 solution but for na chungwa ko baraba standati paku vikapo ama local coaches kuya chabuno sana kana local coaches abatu bofule sange bofule chama ama international ama expatriate kila tepako so ngati watumenke ko pema local coaches definitely na Zambia kuya hapa mu baranda loko ezaka nomba kutatu pongero na totera sana.
Thank you, Vasim Samba. 0212222877. Good evening, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Who am I speaking to?
This is Nyambe from Solwezi.
Vanyambe, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. The first thing I just want to talk about Zambian football, more especially the Premier League. I think there was an argument in the studio to say our league is not competitive. I think we need to appreciate and then see that our league truly is competitive. Why do I say so? I was looking at the competitive league in Africa. I think where Egypt is on top, and I've seen that even Zambia is there. Senegal, which has won the league, the Africa Cup, I didn't even see it there.
That shows that our league is so competitive. If you look at the other countries' exports which are coming here to play in Zambia, it's showing that our league is competitive. And that's why you see right now we cannot predict who is going to get the league. You see today you find that the Green Buffaloes were on top for almost 7 to even 3-4 months. For 3-4 months they were on top, but today it's a different team which is there. When it started, there was another team, and right now we don't even know who is going to win the league, and that shows competitive. I remember for the past 3-4 months, 4 years, I've seen that even fans, there was a time where they had to put the cup with it in Kapiri with a chopper to say we don't know where we are taking it, or should we take it to Southern Province, or we take it to Ndola, something like that, and that shows competitive. So our league is competitive. Yes, we may say just because we are not doing very well in Champions League, in Confederation, but everything there is where we need to start from. Because once we mature ourselves, once we mature to say we are doing well in our own country, then we start going out as they start being exposed to other teams or to other African teams or to those intimidations we always see from the other side. So that's what we need to do. Going on Africa Cup, congratulations to Senegal. I was joking with some of us from Senanga. We were even celebrating to say, no, Senegal has won because it's Senanga district. But they did very well. For me, I don't think, yes, we may give praise to the coach because he has been with the teams, but the good thing is they had very, very good players to rely on, because all of those players, none of them, just like the Adaman has said, none of them is playing in Africa. All of them is the Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, everywhere. No one even in Africa. Most of them were on the bench. So I think there was a combination of consistency, having a long-term coach and having good players who are exposed outside the world. So even as it's a lesson, I'm sure we'll learn as we have seen. I'm sure that's why they have even given our coach 4 years. I'm sure they will try to maintain and then see the way forward. I think that's the best thing we can do. But I would rather, as we have said, maybe next time it's better. The coach will also bring in a Zambian player or Zambian coaches to help him so that he can understand the tactics and other things which, when he leaves, we have a Zambian coach to continue. But all in all, I think the Africa Cup was the best. I was not happy in the first round, but the round of 16.
Can I cut you? We've got a lot of other callers as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, all right. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Pius.
Good evening. Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Bernard Msawa from Chambishi.
Bernard, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Pius. First of all, I want to congratulate to Chambishi Football Club for beating Nkana FC Omwandawe. Well, let's keep on fighting, guys, until we survive the relegation. And coming to the complaining of the Nkana fans, well, it happened like that because the rain season, most of the pitch the weekend was not good. Otherwise, good luck to Nkana and congratulations to Chambishi Football Club for beating Nkana Omwandawe. Because even Kubusa Kire Kuchira Tatakwari down. But Chambishi managed to beat Nkana their backyard. And coming to the local coach, that's why most of the time, Mr. Pius, I'm very much emphasized to build the local coach. Ngatakola twarekeresha ama local coaching. Ngatakola tawala twali osaba kwa yo Zambia tawala good kusangwa na local coach. Noma ngatakola tama international coach wakakane okulaisa wanangokulaisa nkula bombera kuno tukashashana. So that's why tuketa bombera kama local coach. Even na person Chambishi ngaba pere time nako pena ngoni 4 years in ba pere ne wa muna wanankana Croatia. Can wait because Mr. Beton Chambishi is a good coach otherwise. Look at the things we did in 2017. It is a good part. So otherwise, let's work on local coach so that we can see one day, including the players, Thank you so much, and I'm wishing Tambisho all the best against the GPFC this coming weekend. So thank you so much, Mr. Pius.
Thank you, Bernard. Good evening, caller.
Yes, Mr. Pius.
Yes, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, this is Clifford.
Clifford, please go ahead.
Yes, just wanted to comment some few. I was very disappointed how they vote on Africa Cup. How did they give money as a man at the
Clifford,
of the tournament?
is your radio behind there? Please, the volume.
Yeah, I have switched off.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, okay. Please go ahead.
Okay, are you still getting the feedback?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Natran, they will. Whatever I got them and what how they vote play of the tournament because Shamwani Professor Teresa from man of the match. I mean the tournament. For instance, if you see that that midfield our Burkina Faso Nalava fish now. Then coming to goalkeeper, how come they give you our Chelsea? Because in the Masaro Shama save, I saving 15 clean sheets. Then you have saying Katinga had 7 years, Filana. But what Pela would you saying? What about go bad sometimes in more Africa? Thank you very much.
Thank you. 0212222877. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Pass.
Evening. Who am I speaking to?
Boyd from Zakiri.
But Boyd, please go ahead.
Power Dynamos. First of all, never congratulate the team with the Power Dynamos. We played very well. Even though shoku very danger, woman Frederick Monami. I think I've been upon what you're going to hardy. Could you Joshua that the way I send the border? Was the other tactical one to a video. I wish him not going to want to because quite a lot of prayers, if you remember very well, then at the ground, I did for our son of prayer. So, I did a coxaman again, I got a woman watching I cut the border. And then, secondly, never going to be watching they have seen. I think was in a go prayers, but it's saying that they have that passion of winning that cup moment. Compared to Zambia, but it's already a number of border by the own guys who are doing that. Yo, Zambia, in Africa Cup. But a Furuka shake, you are where I go on why I'm going to war. So, the fishing got one book to know I was in teaching that Tabaka died a passion, you say folks in that children. Compared to Navarro, Teramo, 22 ones were going to check folks in the cup. And then could he game to quit about Dynamos never for watch the age. Everybody asked could he treat the animal facility. Goes that to the way again the second game to the other Dynamos could have been. So imagine my team could become more effort. Box scoring, and I'm looking forward to good game we have big Daros in our green Buffaloes. I think it and games are anyway. When they but green goes in our red Daros. I think it's a very interesting game with green goes on our green Buffaloes if you remember very well. Ukubona with idea and beating records. You know, it's Tabai Rubana. But she don't got 2 games if I'm not mistaken. But share anybody that games, 12 games and beat them. So in a way, and they were like sharp for one of the charge. Thank you very much, Mr. Forrest.
Thank you so much. 0212222877 0965 Good evening, caller. Ooh. We missed that call. 0965 000877. Let me get a last caller. Good evening, caller. Yeah, I'm quiet. Please go ahead.
Firstly, and therefore, congratulate you, Papa Dynamos, Pakuakomu top 4 up. And secondly, man of the tournament, I didn't get a talk about Bubaga. nokuthi bashile phela kusejo mani hawu. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me get one more. Good evening, caller.
Hello, Shama
Shani. Oh, we lost that caller. Good evening, caller. Shani Bachtenga.
Hello, ndindepo okulanda kope timu lyesu ba Zambia tukopeko India niweka ko kuli ife ba Zambia tumone ama players ike bale kwata confidence player uli pa bench nangwa ingira muri bola yale ya mukusinja so ndera ndakuma players wonse nga bale umfwa ko i program ikosera pya bali professional abale pya professional football pantunga twapenda ni mwe pupye na Patson Daka no munanko fashion nomba aba batatu bakalate ya bola no lutwala qualify bakayate so ama guys yesu liamen so bamonezia teri abanabo two ama goalkeepers look at goalkeeper wa Egypt ni local player uli but if ya kile tumfundisha na bwinonga tule tamba bola so ama goalkeepers mwa bali ku timu like Kana Power poseni kwa mano ekuingafuma player tibafye bilai pali Kennedy mwene napusha mkwai.
Thank you, boss. I love that last contribution. Gentlemen, there was a question that came and I feel we should answer it just before we move on. Still on the Africa Cup. There was a question. How far have we fallen from where we are supposed to be as Zambia? Are we near? Have we got potential? Is it a question of maybe in 2 years? Because we've seen the level of play and the standard of play which has been there at the Africa Cup. You saw Senegal. You know, I'll tell you one thing which I'm happy about in this tournament. The outright favorite before a ball was kicked in the tournament was the number one in Africa, Senegal. That was the expectation that Senegal will win this tournament, all things being equal, and they won it.
Exactly.
But look at Senegal. They started off with Zimbabwe. They had to score in the extra time through a penalty. Then they went and drew 0-0 in their next game, and they were proceeding slowly. Of course, in the second round, they picked up momentum and they reached the final nicely. But you look at these teams which held Senegal. They were not. They didn't make it easy for Senegal. Can we be one of those teams to play the way Zimbabwe played, for example, to push the biggest teams who are there right to the limit?
I thought you were going to say Malawi.
Exactly, like for example, like Malawi. You saw Gambia from nowhere.
Look, Pius.
How far are we, Chris?
We're not very far away. I know a lot of people will differ with me. Why I say so is Zambians, our players here, it's an inborn thing. We have the talent is an inborn thing. We have it. We just have to manage it. And the thing that helped most of these teams like Senegal, professionalism. You know, when you say a player is professional, there are certain dynamics that come into play. Micromanagement, how you manage the game and all that. And you could see it from Senegal. Even when they were started off very slowly, you could actually see, yes, some people saying they're not playing to their full potential. But each game you could see they were changing. So there's this professionalism that comes into play. And that's the kind of thing we're supposed to instill into our players. Our players, Zambian players have got it. We have the potential. We just need the right leaders and the right kind of players. We have to pick the right players on a good balance, whereby we pick the right players and see them off. But otherwise, we have fallen. We've fallen very, very greatly. I mean, just go back to 2012. You can't compare 2012 to the current kind of players we have right now. It's a very big discrepancy. So what we need to do is just reorganize our team and Set the standards. We have to set the bar. This new coach has to set the bar. He has to set his objectives. He has to set his vision. If you see the Senegalese team, they were almost together for almost 8 years. 8 years. That says something.
Just like Zambia was together for 8
So
years.
let's not keep firing and breaking something that we've started. I'll give you an example. When that 2012 won the Africa Cup, Kalosha wanted to continue with certain players. The Kamanga team came in. They started doing away, fizzling out some of the players. Some of Gabaski, the goalkeeper, he was number 2 to Hadri. He's been there on the bench for 10 years. But us, there's no transition. We just break off. This one comes with his own vision and he wants to do it. He wants to say, no, me, I've got my own crop of players. You don't do things like that. It's inclusive. We are all Zambians. Let us all include, pick up some good players from the predecessor or whatever, and then carry on from there. I leave it there.
Are we far or near? Or somewhere on the way?
We are close to being competitive. The problem that we have, Pius, is I'll give you 2 examples. I think I'll be. I think Elderman or you probably help me with a name. There are 2 players at Nkana. There's that boy Chwoni and another
Zakaria.
Yeah, another defender.
The one who's going to prison.
No, I think he should be currently at Nkana. There's another player at Nkana, a defender, one of the young boys, who have not gone to full potential. Chwoni.
You mean Oliver Mbia?
Chwoni was supposed to. If you look at Chwoni as a development player,
exactly,
he was a big promise.
Exactly,
a very, very big promise.
I agree with you.
But how has he ended up? Close to average. So the problem that we have as administrators, Pius, is we need to identify talent which is exceptional and see how we can help it develop. As a country, we have a lot of talent, Pius, but we have issues with administrators. I'll give you. I'm not a great fan of Kalu, but I'll tell you one thing about Kalu. They had a program where they were training administrators. There was a deliberate policy by FAS which was training administrators. Kamanga has rubbished that. So that is one of the other problems that we have. The biggest problem that we have as Zambians is more to do with administrators than the players and the coaches. That's how come you find a club will hire 3 coaches or 4 coaches per year. So who's not thinking? The people are being fired or the people choosing? So it's the people that are choosing that are not thinking more than the coaches that are being fired. So for as long as we have poor administrators out there, Pius, even football as a development, as an agenda to develop talent, we've suffered a lot of losses when it comes to talent management and player management. We've suffered a lot as a country. We need to have these administrators come to the party and say, okay, gentlemen, I think now if we have a role to play apart from the coaches.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
2012. After 2012, we should have had. It should have opened up the conveyor belt for more Zambians to go into Europe, but few have gone. Otherman, are we far, near, on the way?
Well, we can just say maybe on the way. I think my colleagues have summarized it well. Lack of consistency. This is exactly what has happened to South Africa. You know, people forget that South Africa also failed to qualify the next round of the World Cup, and they were not at the AFCON. Not that they don't have talent, but I think the transitioning. Now, the biggest problem that we have, and you see, all of us should be singing this one so that our policymakers can come to terms with it, is that we have lost it in as far as grassroots football development is concerned. If we don't put up a long-term program to bring back football in primary schools, secondary schools, tertiary institutions, we are not going anywhere. We are not going to be churning out the talent that we were having in our yesteryears. Look, the clubs, this is only a time where we are seeing one player maybe finishing almost all the Super League teams I'll give an example of Ronald Chiwe. Look, if you trace
Good pick.
how many clubs he has been to,
Even Bonwa.
you see,
Alan Chiwe,
Alan Chiwe,
Titima.
Now, it's because we are starved of new talent. The machines which are supposed to be churning out that talent are not doing it. We have no football. I am passionately waiting for my opportunity to talk to our new minister. Fortunately, he's a personal friend. We have been together for a long time. Hopefully, there can be political will. All that is required now is to direct that we should have primary school football back. You know? I don't know where the problem is. Let us have competitive football at primary school, secondary school, and tertiary institutions.
Tertiary institution, we used to have it.
You will see the Jericho Shintes, the tankers of this world, they were at Chamboli Primary School. Maritori was at Mindolo
Secondary School.
Which secondary school now has produced any player that you can think of? These two my academies.
Simon Mwansa was on Nyerenda, Chingora Secondary.
Chingora Secondary School.
Kalusha Muflira.
We just talk, but no one actually realizes that that's where the
it.
problem is. And if we start, it can take maybe only 4 years. The machine can come back. There's nothing in schools right now. Some football grounds.
This is a better time. They even have buses now. Huh?
Yes, it's very easy to organize league games.
They put transport. Almost every school has got a bus or two.
But Arthur raised a very good point. He talked about player development. You can't identify talent and think that you are home and dry. A player is like a seed. You need to be like which you need to grow and nurture. So it needs to start at a tender. There's a research I was reading about us. The technical abilities of a player are developed at age 10. You miss them at age 10, it's gone. Finished. Now, that's why serious clubs, they have under 12s, under 10, under 7, and so on. Because they want to make sure at a critical point,
you don't lose it.
Have been developed.
Exactly, don't lose it.
So, if someone is 10 years old, where is he supposed to be? It's at primary school. You know? But we have killed it there, we have neglected it. But we are talking most, Kamanga this, Kamanga that. You're looking at symptoms. You're not seeing.
Yeah, but they're the ones who are supposed to administrate.
You're not actually. You're not seeing the actual. You're not seeing the actual problem. So let's bring back. We have talent. Arthur said it. Abundant talent, but we have failed out to manage it. And part of that failure to manage it is to nurture it from the nursery, from the primary schools. Okay, we are now relying on one academy in Lusaka for our under 20. One academy.
Can you imagine one
and you're
club?
Talking of 10 provinces. It shows you that we have a problem, Papias. We have a serious problem.
There's no one who's going to compete with that club.
Oh, it needed in the 70s, and it's painful for us who were there. All it needed was Buffaloes take a trip to Kabompo, play, camp there for 2 weeks, play games with the local sides there.
They pick.
They come back with 6 good players straight into Buffalo's A team. And from there, straight into national team.
Simulambo.
If we start mentioning names here, we will spend a lot of time. You see, but that is not happening. One player, one season is with Cow Warriors, the other season Power, the other season is a free agent, is with the Lusaka Dynamos. It doesn't work like that.
That's why, Pius, if you look at their careers, some players it's short now. Very few players can play after the age of 30 now.
So to summarize, Pius, we have talent, and for the interim, I hope what the coach can do. We have solved one problem already. You have been seeing that. Maybe they were listening to you. Let's have a coach, or let's give a coach enough time.
Yeah.
One of the problems has been sorted out.
I'm going to reinforce that one. And you see, there are people, I know, for example, Bafemes is one of them, who are against people like Micho. You see, when you have a problem where you don't have we don't have a settled number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. What Mitchell, I believe, was doing, because already he had that team which had beaten Zimbabwe in Zimbabwe. When we went to Kosafa, those players which beat Zimbabwe, not all of them were there.
No.
So Mitchell was trying this experiment, that experience, and I congratulate Faz on that one. They really gave him some good friendlies.
Yes.
When we went to Senegal and those ones were in Sudan and that, but he needed time to build his team. But what we did is we destroyed that. So even when this new coach has come, I'm happy they've given him enough time. Let him, you have to start experimenting. Even if we start saying that he shouldn't experiment, he has to experiment.
Fortunately with him, at least he has had 3 months.
He's got some insight.
Yes, fortunately he's not starting from zero.
No.
But the goodness, he can move around, he can watch Power, he can watch Red Arrows, he can watch Nkana and see, okay, there's this player, that player, this player, possibly. And the goodness which I've noticed with a good coach is able to say, okay, this coach, this player can use this player.
Yes.
Remember how did Nathan Sikala all of a sudden become a revelation as a local player at AFCON 22 from nowhere, because the coach saw that player I can use in this position. Paulsen, the way he was picking like Venandro Tembo, he was saying, no, this is my man. And I'm not even going to use this player who has come from playing this side. I'm going to use this guy.
Yes.
So we need the coach to settle, give him enough time. We may lose a few games. These 2 friendlies coming up, is it Tanzania, South Africa? We can lose them.
Yes.
But if we lose them, what is our stance going to be? Fire the coach? You know, give him enough time. The most important games are those AFCON qualifier, World Cup qualifier, and then but of course we'll have to see an improvement. These guys are experts. He was not just trained at a Kantemba somewhere.
No, he has to.
You know,
he knows what he's doing.
So we need to just give him enough time. That these guys, they for the most part, they know what they're doing. But at least we saw something. That's why in those last 3 months, for example, with Bukat Zist, that was one of the disasters.
Hey,
Bukat Zist. Okay.
Then your national anthem, all of them national anthem, and clean nails, cutting their nails. That coach.
Yeah. That was a NASA. Okay, let me just give a rundown of players who played abroad this last weekend. Cletus Chama, he came off the bench for Simba and scored the only goal for Mbeya Kwanza. Also, Rally Warrior also started the match for Simba. Mamelodi Sundowns, Kennedy Mwene was in goal, and another clean sheet for him. I think it's the 3rd clean sheet with him in goal. Amazulu, midfielder, Augustine Mulenga, on Sunday he played 90 minutes in the loss against Orlando Pirates. Fashion Sakala, I saw his goal as well. He scored for Rangers in the 84th minute coming off the bench. In England, Mwepu, he's still nursing injury. Is it very physical? He's been battling injuries.
And you know,
from the beginning. Same with Patson also.
His work rate is almost everywhere.
Yeah, but you see what happens in England. One thing that you should know about the British and the English league, the way it is, once they start seeing you with a lot of injuries, not that he fakes them or he makes them, they start losing that confidence. Even where you're supposed to be, they start starving you. Start the game time.
Yeah, because he has
to pay back what they invested in him.
Yeah. Leicester City, Patson Daka came on at halftime in the away loss to Nottingham Forest 4-1.
Oh. Yeah, I watched that game. It was something.
Yes, and then Jacob Mulenga, he came on in the 85th minute as a substitute, though they lost also over the weekend for Go Ahead Eagles. And
Strange name for a Chinese club. Where is he now?
No, Netherlands.
He's back in Netherlands.
Yeah, top flight. The Eredivisie.
He's very lucky, that guy.
You know, and
From
for
China
him,
to
and
top
you know,
flight.
they use him as an
And you know,
impact player.
He's an impact player.
30,
He can come on
37
the
now.
opus.
He's an impact player.
You know, a lot of people now will start saying maybe he can come and help us.
No, but Baba, man, we need experience.
You
I'm
saw-
an impact players. Karabak to one become 15 minutes to change a game.
You
He can
saw
change
you
the
saw
game.
the meeting. I'm sure in pictures of the national team coach with Stopira Sunzu.
Yes.
Is that a positive?
Oh yes, it is.
Can we still
and the
use
coach
it?
has made it very, very clear that he
It's an
won't
open.
feature names. He will feature
Those
Form.
that are playing.
players
in form.
that are playing week in, week out, and that's what is supposed to happen.
Yes.
So at some point, we'll have to forget about the age. We'll have to look at the performance of the player.
Yeah.
And the experience.
Yeah, and the experience.
Because Stopila Sunzu has been playing.
Yeah.
Yes, he's been playing.
Yeah, he's been playing week in, week out, and I
Yeah.
think we are aware. We know what he can offer.
Exactly.
All you need to do is
Partnering.
he's losing speed now. What you do is bring a speedy.
Give
pair
him,
with his-
give him Dominic.
You know? Yeah, if he pairs with Dominic Chanda, they can
Even
do
Dandy.
Yeah, even 10.
Okay, is Barcelona back? Chris? Convincing win over Atletico Madrid over the weekend, 4 goals to 2.
It looks like. It looks.
After buying Aubameyang, Adama
Yeah.
Traore played well.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, Traore, I think
There's
is
a
on-
catalyst. There's a
Yeah.
catalyst there, so it looks like.
No, Traore is a big
I would like to see more of action on the pitch than more of Zabi talking a lot.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I
And
want to see. And
the-
it's translated into that.
The revelation as well, the 38-year-old Dani Alves.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
He actually made.
And you know he also played for Brazil, eh?
Yeah,
over the qualifiers this
And the
last
qualifiers
weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He actually delivered for Barcelona.
Yeah.
He delivered for Barcelona. He was all over.
It's all in the mind.
Yeah.
No, it's a good bridge to the
And
youngsters.
that's what I started thinking because Mayuka isn't he retired at 31, 32. And Dani
I was thinking
Alves
about that
is at
yesterday.
38. He's shining
And then people
And
give
he's
at
reasons.
the highest level.
He's got fitness to last him.
No,
90
let's
minutes.
not even use Dani Alves. Jacob Muleng.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
there.
even
Jacob Mling.
Jacob is doing well, actually.
Yeah.
Too bad he got a red card. So we'll see what happens in the next game after the red card.
All right. Then we have on Wednesday, so on Thursday, tomorrow, Liverpool versus Leicester City.
The return.
Can Leicester City is going to be wired?
The Liverpool doesn't have a choice.
They will be wide,
Yeah,
definitely.
they will be punished.
They will be punished.
Other man, are
Because
you in agreement?
Their defense, Leicester.
I'm
They've
afraid
got two difficult games
defense.
because Leicester will play Liverpool. Sorry, yes, tomorrow, and they are, on Sunday they play West Ham, who are now number 4.
Those are tricky fixtures.
West
Two
Ham-
tricky
West Ham is
fixtures,
Very, very tricky.
which
fixtures.
will have an implication on their trying to get into Europa.
Yeah, yeah.
These two games are very crucial because they're not in a very
Very
comfortable
crucial
position.
indeed.
Because Leicester number 10,
And pass, what is happening to Chelsea? I noticed on the log table, Liverpool have got 2 games in hand and Chelsea is still at number 3. That is. What's that doing there?
Because of there was all those unplayed games, COVID, whatnot.
Yeah.
So some teams have played.
No,
more
what
than
I
others.
mean is Chelsea was playing very good football. They can't have 6 points less and after having played 2 games more still.
They messed it up. They
messed it up.
look
They
at the
drew
form
and
of
they
their
lost
last 5 games.
five
They've
games.
drawn 3, lost 1
Yeah,
and
that's
won
what I said.
1.
You draw 3 and lose 1.
So at that level where you are talking about competitive football,
Now we can
you
see.
drop how many points?
It must show.
Out of, let me just say, in a row, they lost 1 game and drew 3. So
That is already.
that's already 6 plus 3, 9
Nine
points,
points.
lost
And in Europe,
out of
that's
12.
a lot.
Imagine 9 out of 12. They only got. Imagine. So that is terrible. So. Actually, in this sequence, they got 3 points from 12.
From
12
yeah.
points.
3 out of 12.
Out of 12, yeah.
When their friends when Liverpool were hammering teams. And when a Man City didn't, I've never stopped hammering teams apart from this last draw. So tonight, as we are leaving the studio, Tottenham Hotspur in the next 10 minutes it's playing Wolves. Leicester playing West Ham. As we,
Papa, you didn't answer my. Okay, I just wanted your thought. You know that thing that I noticed about players moving from shorter players to taller players. What's your take?
I'll come and answer that question. Just now.
But I won't be.
Latat Cafe, we must also thank them as one of our faithful
suppliers.
Yes, they
sumptuous.
If you want the best burgers in town, wraps, chicken and chips, sausage and chips, pies, samosas, platters, cakes for all occasions, catering for all kinds of functions, weddings, birthdays, kitchen parties, Latat Cafe is where you need to go to. They are found at Chisua's Emporium, shop number 3 along Central Street. If you know where the Stand Chat ATM is, just next. And they have all kinds of specials to do with wraps. You can also get ice cream, donuts, cupcakes, cake slices, and they're open every day from 8 hours to 20 hours Monday to Saturday, and 10 hours to 19 hours on Sunday. Actually, if you noticed, just as Zambian players, it is rare a short player from Zambia goes into Europe, or should I say especially the top 5 leagues. And if you look at even players in Europe, you have to be exceptional. If you have
to be N'Golo Kante.
Yes, you need to be N'Golo Kante of exceptional ability.
You have to be a cater.
For you to be
this argument.
Yes,
Chris is right, because tactically now you need big players of big stature. In fact, there's almost a ruling that in your squad, the least height should be 1.72. That's what I was reading even last week. 1.72. If you are to be shorter than that, you need to be
exceptionally
technically very good.
You know? Actually, the one where I noticed who brought that deliberate policy for Zambia was Renard.
Yes.
Renard changed our back line. Remember, Sunzu was number 6. He brought in 2 towering centre halves, Sunzu and Ichani Imonde.
You need towering defenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Even at the time our national team was doing well.
When a Dick Chama,
Jones
Stengel,
because before, you know, if you remember, before HH and Sunzu, the defensive partnership was it was Dennis Banda. And Dennis Banda doesn't have...
And Misha Glungu.
And they don't have the greatest height.
Misha Glungu is short.
Yes. Those were the guys. Though they were playing well at local level.
But areas,
JBFC,
the Arabs.
Yes. But when those crosses come
from the Arabs, no.
You're not going to survive.
Yeah, problems.
You just need big boys.
You see
even man-to-man tussles.
Man-to-man tussles.
You just be kicked out.
Yes, you just be knocked out.
Did you see how the Egyptians were pushing out?
Just Koulibaly, the way he was pushing them off.
And Egypt, if there's a team where I've seen where you play for penalties and you're comfortable, they knew what they were doing.
They had a plan,
and that's what I could.
They had a plan.
They were so sure going into the penalties.
That
this is our game.
Because that's why they cried.
But you see, that pass.
They didn't play an open game because they were looking forward to penalties.
Because you see, that thing worked for them against the opponents. The opponents knew that once we go into the penalties,
and actually they are very confident because the last 8 penalty shootouts Egypt has at the Africa Cup, they have won 6. They know what they are doing when they go to penalties, and they actually play for penalties.
Exactly.
Because when I saw if they had played man for man, player for player against Senegal, it couldn't have worked.
It wasn't going to work.
It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, Pedri was slightly lower.
Yes. Thank you for coming, gentlemen.
Bolai Baba.
Bolai Baba.
I want to say hi to Oscar Kunda, a regular listener. had promised that I was going to do that, so I'm happy if he's still listening. Niwakunkana East Yava Mkwai.
But Cleopas, big shout out to you as well. All right, gentlemen, thank you. Bola.
Bola and Zigol.
Don't spoil this.
Bola.
It's in Nizigoli festival. Can you start now?
Bola.
Nizigoli.
Bola.
Ibaba. It can kill you. Ask Nkana.
It can kill you.
It can kill you. Ask Nkana.